What it is? What's up? Hello, everyone. Too far. I gotta make this thing longer. What it is? What's up? Gotcha in the cut. My mother was like, next time you go live, can you wear an earring? So I wore my Pride hoops. These are what I wear when I go to Pride. And be like, oh my goodness, your ally is here. No, I don't. Hey, Pam. How we doing? Hello. Simply Simone. Hey, Coco Bean. Listen to Shonda. Thanks for being here, Shonda. Hey, Esther from Sweden. Oh, gosh. Sorry I'm late. Full disclosure, I was watching Holiday Wars. It's that time. It's that time. I watch all them freaking shows. Before that, I was watching Candy Cane Lane. It's a new like holiday show, candy show on the Food Network. And then last night, my family and I were watching Christmas Cookie Challenge. Baby, let me tell you something. Miss Christmas is black because that's me. I'm into all of that stuff. I already told you I done decorated my kitchen for Christmas. We ain't even had Thanksgiving. I am, listen, call me Carol, Christmas Carol. I love me some Christmas. Love me some Christmas. And I guess I'm more festive now since our Christmas we're going to be in lockdown. It seems like that's where we're going, guys. Seems like we're going to be inside. Oh, God. Hey, guys. Hey, Opal. Thank you, Opal. Opal, ride or die. Hey, Indo Fighter, day by day. Glad you're here, my love. Glad you're here. Jazzy Go is in the building. Marion is in the building. Shunny Poo. Hey. Hey. What am I trying tonight? I'm trying. Anybody try? Oh, no. Okay, let's get into this first. So, has anybody tried Danessa or is it Denisa? I think it's Danessa Myricks. Has anybody tried any of her makeup? Because I tried her. I don't know if you can see it. I tried her pigment eyeshadow. Look, it's just pigment. It's called pigment. You can use it on your cheeks. You can use it on your eyes, on your lips. It's really, from what I saw on her site, it's beautiful. And on her Instagram, it's really beautiful. I can't get it off my hands. I was sampling the eyeshadow today, and oh my gosh, I didn't realize I'm like a floating head. I can't get it off my hands. I don't know if you guys can see it, but my hands are stained. Great product. I'm probably going to try a different one, but I don't think I have her metals, her glitter. I have that, and I've had a successful time with that, but the pigments ain't coming off, and I'm scrubbing. My hands are still very pink. Oh, and also I'm trying tonight for my hair, because you guys know, maybe it's just LA. I don't know if it's dry where you guys are, like especially on the East Coast, but it's really dry, guys. This is the driest it's ever been, and my skin is going through it. I have all of the stuff that I use on my skin in the winter out here in LA. It ain't working, girl. It is not working. I'm going through it. My scalp is going through it. I had to bought some stuff for my scalp, and now I'm going to try today, when I get done here, I'm going to try Mill Organics honey and pomegranate shampoo and conditioner. Shout out in the comment section if you used it and what was your experience. Let a girl know, because I'm only trying it for moisture, because I have so many shampoos and conditioners, but I really want something that's going to lock in the moisture on my hair. There we go. Now I'm not a floating head. There we go. Oh, me too. But Simply Simone, I'm stocking up on all my Christmas, like holiday season shows for December. That is December. I've never been this I've always been into the holiday spirit come September 1st. I've never jumped this Christmassy this soon. I'm normally like, I'm in the Christmas spirit, listen to the music, having a good time, still, giving Thanksgiving its due. But I think because we're going to have a loss of Christmas, and I do a lot of holiday events out here. I go to Christmas Tree Lane. There's another place that I go to like watch the lights in the neighborhood. Then there's a boat show, not in LA, but it's fairly close. Like fairly close is like a 45-minute drive out here. There's just a lot of stuff that I do. We take family photos by the Christmas tree at the Americana. There's just like, I do like cooking classes at Williams Sonoma. It's a lot of, no, Surla Table. There's a lot of stuff that I do, and it involves being out. It involves interacting with people, and I cannot do that. So I guess because that's being taken away from me, I'm like, uber Christmas now. No, L Boogie. Wait a minute. L Boogie said, did you check your PayPal? Girl, no, I didn't. I've literally been up, and you would know if you follow me on Twitter because I was posting some things on Twitter. I've literally been up since 5. I haven't checked my email or anything. I responded to one person in my email, and that was it. The rest has been like YouTube holiday stuff that I'm doing for you guys. I'm really excited about that. I really, really am. I want you to see how I get into the holiday spirit, I guess. But let me check. I'm checking my PayPal right now, L Boogie. Oh, wait. Oh, thank you, Asha Jones. Oh, I just got it. Hold on. Something is happening. Let me check. Thank you, L Boogie. L Boogie said, this was Friday. Thank you so much, L Boogie. I did check now. Thank you. I need to check this NikkiStar Gmail often because you guys are like sending me stuff, and I appreciate it. I don't want you to think that I'm not responding, but normally my manager checks that because like I got a lot of other stuff to do. So I've been like personally checking it and responding. So if you emailed me in the last month or so, it's been me. It's been me. But thank you, Al Boogie. And hold on. Wait a minute. Let's just do it now. Hold on. I just got a notification. I think it was a Cash App. Right? I think it was a Cash App. Yes, from LaShonda. Shout out to L Boogie for the super chat. Not the super chat, but the support. And shout out to LaShonda. I was about to say your whole name. My head, that's how I read. I don't know what it is. I think it's because I'm a stutterer. Like my dad has given me his stutter. So we read stuff really fast. And because we're trying to because we're speaking as fast as we're reading, we stutter. So I was about to say the whole name, but I caught myself because I'm doing better. I haven't been doing them fully, but I've been doing my speech, my voice and speech exercises lately. So that really helps. So thank you so much, LaShonda. And thank you, L Boogie. Thank you guys for the support. Oh, if you're new here, normally I talk for about 15 minutes just to, normally. Sometimes we get into subjects and we be here a minute. But normally I talk for about 10 to 15 minutes just to let everybody get in the room and to acknowledge everybody who's in the room. I just think it's, when I'm doing my videos, it's fine. I'm like, hey guys, let's get right into it. But if you're joining me here, I think it's, I think and I want to, take some time to talk with you. It's only respectful to like acknowledge your freaking guests. You just walk into your home and there's people there and you just keep on going to your work. Rude. Oh, we got another Shonda. Hey, Soprano too. Yeah, so simply someone, I said all that to say, not yet. Jangle Jangle, December 1st. Like my other holiday movies. In Her Shoes. I know some people think that's not a holiday movie. It's a holiday movie. And Santa Claus 1 and 2. I got a bunch of stuff on here that I'm watching. And another thing that's really disappointing, Debbie Allen has she does a ballet every year, and it's called the Black Nutcracker, I believe, or the chocolate Nutcracker, something like that. But it's an all black cast of young Black ballerinas, and they put on Debbie Allen's version of the Nutcracker. And that's not happening this year. My Christmas is shot. So I'm about to make the most of it. So you're going to get a bunch of videos because this is me celebrating my Christmas season. Oh, and pray for me. I'm making cinnamon rolls for the first time. Pray for me. I think I may take y'all through that journey as well. I may do a live so you guys can tell me what I'm doing wrong, because I'm not the best baker, but I can bake, but I can cook. Okay, like nobody's business. But I'm not the best baker, and since I'm going to be in lockdown, I might as well try to get better. Yes, Gina, if you love Christmas cookies, you will love the Christmas cookie challenge. We were invested on Food Network. Such a good show. Hey, Mama, I wore my earrings for you. Again, thank you, El Boogie and LaShonda. Thank you, Deborah. I've been trying on makeup. That's why I'm probably looking like I got on all this stuff. I've been trying on some makeup. Because it's also like, for me, the end of the year is coming up, and it's also just a lot of times where I like go through all my makeup, go through all my hair products, go through my clothes, go through my shoes, like everything, and just I just look at it all, and I'm like, did I really wear this a lot? Was I that invested in it? Do I need this, or would this better suit somebody else? Struggling with the makeup thing, because I used to get like a lot of samples and stuff sent to me back when the world was open, and I don't know, I don't want to throw it away, but I don't want to sell used makeup, because I like swatched it and everything, and I saw I think somewhere on Mackay or something, you can sell used makeup, but I'm like, it's a pandemic. I think I'm just gonna throw that stuff away. I got a bunch of NYX stuff, and I was just like, I hate to be that, you know what I mean? I would hate for somebody to like go through the trash, because you never know which, like, what do they call them? Hipster, is going to go through the trash and be like, oh my goodness, look at this American waste. I never want to be that person that they discover that I'm wasting stuff like this, but I just don't feel comfortable like reselling it. You know what I mean? Or like not even reselling, like giving it away. I touched it. It's a pandemic. I'm gonna throw all that stuff in the trash. God, I'm sorry. Unless my sisters want it, because both of my sisters are lighter than me, so the stuff that I'm like not even considering looks better on lighter skinned people. But I am very festive with my makeup, and they are not. Okay, my sisters are just like, I want to wear CEO makeup, and that's it. Even when I'm going out, I want to look like a CEO. I'm like, well, I want to look like a disco ball. So our preferences are different. So I'll see. Or maybe you, Mama, because we got to get you into some more colors. We have to get my mom into some more colors. She is a matte girl, and that's it. Not a shimmer in sight. Not a shimmer in sight. We got Upstate in the building. We got, I think we said Sweden, right? We got Sweden in the building. Where y'all coming from? Where y'all joining your girl from? Carol's daughter, Black Black what? Black vanilla shampoo. The only reason why I stopped is because I have a Carol's daughter milk. So I forget what it's called. It's like a milk smoothie, hair smoothie that I'm gonna use as a mask and see how that works. So yeah, if you've used that, let a girl know. I think it's called milk smoothie. It's in my bathroom. I feel like getting it. But thank you very much, Brandy. Oh, they shut down your beauty supply, Simply Simone. Oh, you know what? I forget that everybody's not in LA. But if you are in LA, Beauty Bees in North Hollywood, Black-owned hair store, really, really nice. My sister went there to get a bunch of stuff for her hair. Everything that they carry in their store is black. Black hair care, black skin care, black. It will be right now. It's doing good. It will be popping if we weren't in a pandemic, because it's very needed, especially in that area. I don't live in Inglewood, and taking that drive for hair products is a lot. Okay, sometimes I get ready to go to Inglewood for like hair products and like everything black, and I'm just like, you know what? I'll just pay the shipping and handling, and just buy it from the company, because that drive is a lot. Oh, thank you, Lisa Morris, 1966. Oh, Simply Simone is making gingerbread houses. I'm going to attempt gingerbread cookies sometime this week or next. And my sister was just like, "Why?" My sister was just like, "You have never been known to make cookies. Why are you trying this now? I got all this time on my hands. Why not? Why not? Because when the world opened back up, child, I'm gonna be doing these lives in the car. I'm gonna be out in them streets." Oh, El Boogie, it's more than enough. Thank you so much. Umi! Hey, Umi. Hey, Ryan. Hey, Serenity. Oh, the Family Stone, Miss Brown Sugar. The Family Stone. Who's in that? Who's in that movie? El Boogie said, "I'm about to do a face mask." Me too. Me too. Where am I face? I'm telling you guys, I'm doing so much stuff to my skin. Not like all at once, but I'm like trying to figure out what's going to work for me during this season. And I'm guessing LA is just this dry because of the fires. We had a lot more fires than we normally do. So maybe that's what it is. The air quality here really gets affected by that. So maybe that's what it is, but nothing is enough. Nothing is enough. I spray like every couple hours on my face. I have a mixture. I have this rose water, aloe, and aloe vera, fresh aloe vera leaf, and rose water. And I spray that on my face every couple hours. It's been working, but like if I'm out, I don't want to spray something and then have to pet it into my face. You know what I mean? So I just want something that I can use and be done with. Hey Tony. Hey Tammy. Oh, Kimberly, thank you for that information. Kimberly said Debbie Allen is having a holiday special on Netflix. Maybe that's going to replace the show that she puts on every year. Hot chocolate nutcracker soprano too. Thank you. Oh, that's what's. Oh, thank you, Jesus. That's what's going to be on Netflix. You know, every time I try to complain, the Lord just opens up a door. When will I learn? Oh, okay, I'm definitely going to try your suggestion, guys. Thank you. Oh God, we're calling ourselves stars. Thank you, Shannon the man. Okay, guys, we are officially called stars. That's our subscriber name. I love that, Shan. Deborah said, "I have a quick question. Since you like Snap, do you also watch For My Man?" Absolutely. And I watch Fatal Vows. Y'all think it's a game? I watch all these shows. When I had to turn off the ID channel to go to my DVR because I had saved Candy Cane Lane and Holiday Wars. Yeah, I like Holiday Wars. I wish they kept the old formula to like Halloween Wars. Holiday Wars, I guess because it's Christmas, they want to be like, oh my goodness, let's sit this team out. Let's, not eliminate anybody. I don't get it. Halloween Wars was just like, okay, you're done you're done in this Halloween war, and the team would just turn around and be defeated and walk off. Holiday Wars doesn't do that. They sit people out for like one episode and then they watch, or one round, and then they watch the rest of their contestants compete. No, let's eliminate. Even if it's a Christmas show, we can eliminate people. It's just, I don't know. I don't like the formula. Please don't mess with the war formula, Food Network. What you have already worked. Hey, Alicia. Hey, Marlene. Oh, you're in Belgium. Okay. Oh, thank you, Marlene. Oh, Nisha, when we're done here, go watch it. It was a good one. This episode was good. Hey, Christine. Wait, I want to make sure it's Christina or Christine. Shuni, I love your name. It's such a like term of endearment for me. I was just like, oh, hey, Shuni Poo. I like it. Just wanted to acknowledge everybody in the room. Hey, Siobhan. Siobhan. Oh, Murder for Hire. Yes. Yes. Murder for Hire is a good one. Murder chose me. I didn't choose murder. Murder chose me. What is up with women in these crime TV shows? Because all of these shows are for us. I don't know men that watch these like crime TV shows like we do. Like these real life crime TV shows. I don't know. Do men watch this? I only know of men watching the first 48. That scares me. Cause men watches that show religiously. And I'm like, are y'all like trying to solve the case like I am when I'm watching this? Or are y'all getting tips? No, Baka, I haven't started yet. SCP, I heard that too about Salt Lake City. SCP said Salt Lake had terrible viewing numbers. I don't know why. Everybody was raving about that show. I do not know why. Oh, Adventures in Babysitting. So good. So good, Serenity. I'm so glad they haven't touched that yet. Oh my goodness. I think what's happening is because a lot of millennials are, I think millennials at this point are like, I think are millennials in their 40s at this point? If millennials aren't in their 40s, we're getting there. Child, I'm looking. Oh, she's getting close. Child, I'm not afraid of it. I just got to do more with my life. I got to do more with my life. Anyway, I think it's because millennials are, if they're not in their early 40s yet, we're late 30s. And I think it because a lot of millennials are getting writing jobs and producing jobs and directing jobs. I think they're repitching a lot of scripts that from shows and movies that they loved when they were when we were kids, but it's not the same time and it's not the same flair. So those movies come out and they flop, and it's just like you're trying to get this nostalgia and do an updated version because you really loved Adventures in Babysitting when you were a kid. But it's not the same season. It's not the same generation. Like what you enjoyed then in the 80s is a lot different than what people are going to enjoy now. So they're doing so many remakes that it's not working. Like Jim did not need to be a remake. I will say the Power Rangers remake, that was good. That was good. I was crying watching that movie. It was nostalgia. It was good action. I enjoyed that one. That was the only remake I've seen thus far from like TV shows and movies from my childhood where I was just like, this is a great updated version. I haven't. Oh, Transformers. I was lying. Transformers. When Transformers was good, it was epic. That's pretty much it. I said all that to say I'm so glad that Adventures in Babysitting hasn't been touched. Oh, Up and Adam watches the IG channel. I said that like I knew who that was. Ciao. I don't know how to change my feed of what comes to me and YouTube because I'm just getting really weird stuff. And I'm like, I know I'm not looking at this stuff because I'm very religious to what I watch. Like my timeline, my YouTube feed should be full of I watch these four people religiously. Funky Dineva, Style and Beauty Doctor, Monroe Steele, and High Low Luxury. The fact that I have to search to find them every time I want to watch something is very weird to me. Very weird to me that I'm getting all of this stuff that is not what I've been searching. The algorithm is paid. They keep on saying, oh, it's what you clicked on. It's what you were looking at. Nah, people are paying to get shoved in my algorithm because I keep on getting like, you know what? Is it because I looked at cast iron skillets? I just realized that. I still think that the algorithm is paid and racist, but I do realize that, baby, because I'm getting like a lot of middle-aged white men, videos recommended to me, and I'm like, what is going on? But I realized, but this was a while ago. I realized that I was looking at how to clean and season a cast iron skillet. So I guess they said, oh, you must be a white man in your 50s. I'm like, why do I keep on getting these videos? But that was one video, guys. Those other four people should be in my feed all the time. You know what, Miss Brown Sugar? At first, I was afraid of those TV shows, those true crime TV shows. But for some reason, I turned into this detective, and I'm just like, I know what I'm doing. I can solve this before them. There's only one that like scares me, and I can only watch it at a certain time of the day, and that day has to be hella sunny. Um, Forensic Files. I don't know if it's that dude's voice. I don't know what it is, but I cannot watch that at night. Absolutely not. Because we're solving a crime. Women, like, I don't know why there are not more women detectives. The way we solve stuff, the way we can find out if a man is cheating, baby. Hey, Ryan, happy birthday. I didn't know. Deborah, I do that to every video. The only thing I don't do is click why. I feel like that's so mean. I don't like this video. YouTube just needs to give you different options. If they say, you know, why are you not interested in this video? And a suggestion comes up where, oh, I just don't fit this demographic. Something like this, you know, something like that. But I'm not going to say I don't like somebody's video. As a content, first of all, it's mean. And as a content creator myself, I don't want to mess with that person's chances of getting seen by the right person. I don't know. It's just the suggestions to opt out of seeing somebody's video is just too cruel to me. Too cruel. Yeah, me either. Miles, unless you guys suggest something, I don't know. I have no idea. But if I like something, if I watch a video about cast iron skillets, my algorithm changes right away. And I'm like, that was one video. I've been watching Style and Beauty Doctor for 2 years now. Why isn't she my entire feed? Girl, I don't know. Or I'm sorry, Mouse. When I say girl, it's for anybody. Soprano too. Oh, the police need me. Okay. They need me. I'm telling you, I be solving those because I just got into something new. After I say this, I'm gonna get on. I'm gonna get on. I just got into murder tapes. Girl, I was watching this one. I think it was on a reservation on the res. I have one Native American friend, and I feel like I know everything. I was watching the show, and it was based on the res about these kids who had stabbed a guy, and the cop was in an interview, and he was just like, "Oh, and I had to check out this person, check out that person." I had solved the case within 15 minutes. He was going to all these people that did not matter. I'm just like, why are you talking to this dude? He does not fit the description. You see his shoe size. He's a 12. The shoe prints were an 8. What's going like? I was all the cops need me. Y'all need me. I feel like I'm telling you, it's misogyny. I feel like it has something to do with misogyny, why the majority of detectives are not women. The way we solve cases, the way we know when somebody is lying, it makes no sense that detectives is not a female dominated career. It makes no sense. I can only just call it misogyny. That's the only thing that makes sense, because there's no reason why we are not the dominant force in the detective community. That's what I keep on recommending, Siobhan. I watched his video. Great tips. Great tips. I didn't see anything else for me. For me. For me. And there's another girl that I watch. Lydia, Italian Kitchen. They never recommend me her videos. I gotta always go search Lydia. It's another lady who she's Middle Eastern. She's so adorable. Her and her baby. She's always cooking. Her and her baby is like, they doing these Middle Eastern dishes. I ain't never gonna make them, but they look delicious. You know what I mean? I can get inspo. Never get her. It's another Korean lady that I follow. She just makes the best dishes. I ain't never gonna make them dishes, but I got, I was able to get some tips for her. Oh my gosh. No. Oh, I'm sorry. I have this feature on my computer where it just starts taking what I'm saying and writing it down. It was about to take me to another site. until I stopped it. But yeah, she makes the best fried. She makes twice fried Korean fried chicken, and I've taken some tips from her for how she made that, and my chicken so improved. But I can't fry it. I can only make it in the air fryer. But it's a really good chicken because of the tips that I learned from her. I gotta find her, and I don't even know how to spell her name because it's spelled in Korean. So I'm like, I'm never going to be able to find her because you guys won't recommend any of her videos. The only way I can find her is if I go through my the channels that I'm subscribed to, and if it's written in Korean, I'm like, that's her. Like what? What? Child, I'm done with that racist paid algorithm. Very true, guys. Yes, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just like, something is up with this algorithm because as soon as I clicked on that man's video, my entire feed changed. And I've been typing since for a decade in YouTube, makeup, dark skin, hair, natural hair, and dark skin. I have been typing that in for over a decade. Why isn't my feed full of that? I had to block that Logan Paul kid out of my feed. I was just like, that was the only one that I've ever done it to. I'm not interested. I don't like this. This video ain't for me. I've watched it. I lied so many times to finally get that kid out of my feed. I think, to be honest with you, I think they're top tier YouTube people. They push them on you. That's what I'm thinking. Because I'm looking at a lot of these YouTubers. I'm like, there's no way that 3 million people think that you're interesting. I feel like a lot of that is annoyance subscriptions. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, damn, YouTube. All right, I'll subscribe. Leave me alone. That's what I feel like they're harassing people to subscribe. That's what I'm thinking. Because I'm just like, there's no way. There's no way. And after and when I said that I didn't like his videos and I kept on, blocking them out of my feed, they kept on coming up until I reached out to YouTube and I said, listen, I've been blocking this kid for almost 6 months. He keeps on coming back with his content. What's the deal? And then they told me to do like the click on the video and say I don't like that or whatever. And I did that, right? All of a sudden, after I talk to them, give them my URL, I don't get this kid in my newsfeed anymore. I'm telling you, they push those people into your algorithm because there was nothing that I was clicking on that made them recommend him to me. And I had been disliking, sorry, it didn't affect you, disliking those videos and trying to get it out of my feed for a very long time. And it never worked until I contacted them and they looked at my channel. And then all of a sudden, he was not there anymore. It's a scam. It's a scam. Oh, air fryer is the business. Because especially, it also saves you money. Who the hell needs to cut on a big oven for just some chicken? If I could make a couple of wings in the air fryer, save my electric bill, I'd do it. Oh yeah, Marty. I used to tag black people in my videos. I don't do that anymore. Because those videos, they instantly block or demonetize. I can't even put my freaking culture. My culture or sex. I can't tag women and I can't tag black people. What did they do? What did those communities do to YouTube? Besides get harassed consistently. Yeah, I've noticed that, Irene. 3 million subscribers and your videos is getting 20,000 views. What? Somebody scamming. Yep. Thank you. So you guys are going through the same thing. Okay. Hey, chocolate Capricorn, you better work. Hey, Prochian. Oh, shoot, what you talking about? Wait, you know what? Porshekala, I just got a coupon. See, this is, I told y'all these chats turned into something else. I just got a coupon from Bath and Body Works. I don't know if it was about the candles, but I know it said something about like everything was $5. I have to, I don't know if I'm going to use it this weekend because baby, we in a million. We in a million. I'm not trying to leave this house, but I think I definitely am going to use it before it runs out. I like to go in the store because I just like the Bath and Body Works experience, but I think I'm just going to have to order online. Oh, I've never gotten him, Marlene. Or I don't know how that person identifies, but I've never gotten that person. Yeah, Priscilla, I hate Instagram now. I rarely see my friends. You know, I have to type in to see them. I'm always getting notifications about from Burberry. You got a new notification from Burberry. You can shop this way. I ain't buying no Burberry anytime soon. Why y'all recommended that to me? Oh, December 3rd. Thank you, Jazzy Go. Jazzy Go just said that Bath and Body Works candle sale is December 3rd. Chocolate Capricorn. You have to click on the go to their about section, click on the flag, and you can choose to either block or report them. Sometimes I do both. Because YouTube should know if you're on like people's pages writing like racist stuff and like death threats, I'm reporting. I'm like, something is wrong with this person's mind. So that's how you do a Chocolate Capricorn. Go to their page, about section, click that flag, block or report, or both. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Serenity, thank you. That's who I'm talking about. She is the best. I don't know how to pronounce her name. Meng Chai, I believe. She is the best. Oh, she has a website too. It's her and another girl. I'm assuming it's a girl. She makes the best like baked goods. But again, her name is in Korean and there's no voiceover. It's just captions, which I love. And it's just her. I don't know how to say it, but she like bakes in a very angelic way. There's like no music. It's just her like, rolling dough. It could look like ASMR or whatever, but she's really cooking. She's really, really cooking. Oh, somebody who okay, guys, which one is it? Is Jazzy? Is it December 3rd? SCP just said it's December 6th through 7th. Let a girl know. Oh, that sounds good, Siobhan. I'm a sweet kind of candle person. I don't have it here, but I just got a candle and baby, baby, I can smell it through the packaging. Woo! Oh yeah, Serenity. She makes the best fried chicken. She has improved my frying chicken. So like she's helped me out so much. If y'all can look, if I don't know if her name will come up, but it's Meng Chai. I think it's MAANSCI, right? Serenity. Look at her Korean twice fried chicken video. Mother is giving you notes. Take them. Take them. Oh, you think so? You think there's a Maya Draws? You think that she has a production behind her? I feel like it's just her in her kitchen. I just see her hands. You know what? Now Simply Simone said 4th through 6th. Listen, get there early in December because these dates keep on changing. And also, last thing before we get into this review, also sign up for their website. Or no, if you can, if you have the space, sign up for their app. Because what I do, if you go in the store, what I do is I go into the store, get everything ready. While I'm in line, I bring up my app. And then when I get there, I show them all the coupons that I have. And they honor your apps. And Bath and Body Works honors your apps and your coupon, your hard copy apps. Not your apps, your coupons in your app and your hard copy coupons together. So that's what I normally do when I get there. I'll be in line, I'm bringing up my app, ready. Like, oh, do you accept this? Oh, really? Thank you so much. I always get an additional 20% off. Always. Tomorrow I'll bring. Thank you. Serenity is giving you all the proper spelling. Check her out. She knows how to cook. She knows how to cook. Anyway, if you are just here, I told you 10 to 15 minutes. It's 40 minutes in. I do have, stuff to do, guys. I just get in here and we be talking. Anyway, if you are just here for the review, beloveds, the review starts now. I wish that I can edit in and put like in like high beams right here when the video first starts to tell people what time the video will go up. But if I do that, if I edit this video in any way, YouTube disables the live chat. So nobody can see, you know, the conversations that you guys are having in here. So I'd rather just keep it raw than mess with that. Anyway, so this episode opens up where the last episode left off. The ladies are talking to Giselle about, you know, Jamal and how they never see him. Listen, bottom line, if you've been watching these housewife shows for as long as I have been, like since Orange County first started, then you know that these women get really pissed off when they are all collectively sharing their lives, but then there's like one or two cast members who are not doing the same, who are sharing what they want to on a limited basis. And that's what the issue is with the ladies. Yes, Giselle is sharing her relationship with Jamal by herself in her own little scenes with him, but she's not bringing him to the scenes with the ladies. She's not bringing them to, you know, group shoots or anything like that. And if you work on these kind of shows, you know that, you know, the production really wants you to bring everybody to, like, everybody in your home. They would love for you to bring them to like events that everybody is having, because they also want to see your family dynamic, especially the husbands, because you know, it's sad to say, but some of them are not in the best relationships. So they would love to see that drama between you and your spouse. So they always encourage you to bring your spouse. And that's why all the ladies, if you watch these shows, maybe at like one or two events, the husbands always show up because they bring a different dynamic and you see how, you know, the partners work together. So the ladies at this point have brought their spouses to or will bring their spouses to several events, and Giselle has done none of that. You know what I mean? Like, she talks about Jamal, she films with him, but they can't interact with him, and they don't think that's fair because you're interacting with their husbands, their partners, and you know, this cast member is not doing the same, but they're taking home the same rate, sometimes more. It's not fair. If I'm opening up everything in my life and putting it on the show, then she should be doing, or this person should be doing the same thing as well. That was Dorinda and what is her name? The girl that left to be with Scott Tinsley, Dorinda and Tinsley. That was their beef. They couldn't say it on the show because they did not want to break the fourth wall until the season finale. But no, not the season finale, that party that they had. I think it was the drag holiday party. That's when Dorinda finally broke the fourth wall. And she was just like, we're showing our families, we're showing our lives. She is in an entire relationship and it's not being filmed. That's not fair. So that's what the ladies are with that. I don't think they want to, I don't think that they don't believe that she's in a relationship with Jamal. They're upset. It's just like, okay, well, we're bringing our families to stuff. Why do you get special treatment? That's not fair. That's what that is. They hate that. Those ladies hate when they are putting everything on the table, and then you have a cast member who is probably getting the same rate or higher, not even doing half of what you're doing. They get pissed off and they try to talk about it in a way where it makes sense with the storyline. But what's really behind that is the fact that they're saying, you need to show this as well. Our spouses are coming to this set. We all talked to the same producer who asked us to bring our spouse, and we did that, and you didn't, and it's okay. Absolutely not. That's what that issue is. They don't care about Jamal. They don't care about Jamal and Giselle's relationship. They just want to make sure that if they're doing this, that everybody is doing this. No special treatment. That's what that's about. And that's why Robin piggybacked off of what Karen said. I'm just like, well, you know, Juan is coming to stuff because she feels the same way. They all agree. Before we move on, did Karen say that she had a tan clitoris? Well, I'm telling you, when Karen drinks, she becomes very sexual, like very horny. You know what I mean? The grand dame is turned up sexually when she has a little drink, because that came from the same meeting, the same sit down with the ladies when they were at, I think it was at some kind of bar or whatever, and they were all drinking and having a good time. That comment came from the same scene where she mentioned that Ray is on his way and I have to go upstairs and bathe because my coochie stink. You got to stop drinking on camera. Because now we know that you had a seasoned smelling coochie in that scene and that your clitoris is tan. Grand Dame, I didn't need that. I didn't need that. Like, how? Anyway, moving on. So let's talk about the Robin and Juan impending engagement. So Karen, I love her, but I won't say hate. I cannot stand a person like this. So Karen keeps on bringing up to Robin and to the ladies that she believes that Juan is going to propose to Robin. So Giselle is pissed because she knows, you know what I mean? Because they were at the table and they were talking, and Karen was just like, Giselle went ring shopping with Juan. She was absolutely right. She was just like, there was no reason for Giselle to pose and do that Instagram video in front of a jewelry store. So I know why she was there. She was with Juan, you know, looking at rings for Robin. Robin, I thank God that she didn't pick up on it because she was like, why am I being brought into this? I love her. She's always gone. Love her. So Giselle is just like, Karen, you know what I mean? Can you so when they went out to start exploring, she pulled her to the side and she was just like, listen, you need to stop talking about this engagement. And Karen was just like, oh, so do you want to silence me? Is that what you want to do? You want to silence me? She's so good this season. She is such a stellar cast member this season. I hope you're running for the center position, because if not, baby, I don't know why you didn't bring this to the show all the time. So Giselle was like, no, I don't want to silence you. I just want you to stop bringing it up. You keep on bringing it up. And Karen was just like, I only said once, one time have I said anything. And Giselle's like, no, you keep on talking about it. And then the shady Bravo editors brought back the scenes where she keeps on talking about it. And although I think she's being a good friend, I think that she is, probably excited for her friend, I still cannot stand proposal poopers. You know what I mean? Like, let this girl be shocked and surprised. Don't start putting stuff in her head, because one, it lessens the surprise, and two, it may not happen. Although we know it's going to happen, but don't start putting things in your girlfriend's head like, you know what? I think a ring is coming. I think a ring. And she's sitting over here expecting a ring. And what happens is, oh, he just pops up and say, I got somebody else pregnant. That's why I've been absent. You're over here thinking he was ring shopping because your overhyped girlfriend is leading you down this path. Just leave it alone. If you don't have the tea, if you don't have the receipts, shut up. Shut up. Don't put that in somebody's mind, and don't try to spoil that moment. Although I did not think she was intentionally spoiling that moment, she was taken away from the surprise or the suspense. You know what I mean? I can't stand proposal poopers. I can't. It's just like, if you don't know, shut up. And if you do, shut up. That's not your business. That's not your business. Let her have that moment. And before we move on to the next thing that I wanted to talk about, Giselle. I don't know what it is, right? I don't know. I feel like maybe this is intentional, but the fact that you never brushed your hair, the fact that you didn't think to brush your hair when you put it in, because I know you did that. I know you didn't have a glam squad. I know you were the one who put that ponytail on. The fact that you didn't think to brush your hair, to get pins that were the color of your bleached hair, to get you could have gotten gold or even clear pins to pin in the ponytail. The fact that you didn't even take the effort to at least smooth the hair that you wrap around the ponytail. The fact that you didn't even care to get a color or a texture that matched your hair. One thing about Giselle, she is consistent, consistently tacky, consistently tacky. There's no defense. There's no defense. This is season 5. This is season 5. Now, either you're trolling us or you just don't have the wherewithal. You just don't know how you look. This ponytail was inexcusable. It was inexcusable. It was the type of hair that your mother would never let you walk out the house with. It was the kind of hair that your grandmother would be like, where are you going? Not out of here. Go back upstairs and lay that ponytail down. Or do something. Put a hat on. Do something. But you're not walking out of my house looking like that. That hair was just very, on my way to rehab. I just got jumped in the Wendy's parking lot. It was a mess. It was a mess. And the fact that not even Robin. Like, you got a lot to say about Robin's wig, but Robin don't have nothing to say about your ponytail. Maybe that's why you were dragging her wig, because you feel like she don't give it back. I don't know. But that hair, I just kept on looking at it. I was like, the pins. There were pins in her hair. I was just like, why is that there? Why is there a pin like right here? What is that? What is the purpose of that pin? Why is the ponytail hair platinum blonde? And you got a honey blonde thing going on up here. Why is the texture like synthetic wavy? When you got a natural texture going, you can find natural hair ponytails in different colors. There's no reason for that. No, are you trolling us? You have to be trolling us. Like her home. I told you. I told y'all when we saw that home, that her home looks like a Lisa Frank meth lab. Like, it's just, there's no way that in 2020, on season 5, that you would willingly make a decision like that unless it's intentional or something is going on. Nobody said anything. Why y'all let her look like that on TV and act like y'all her friend? Maybe y'all not friends. Maybe y'all frenemies. But Robin, Candace, you and Giselle aren't beefing. You obviously lay down your wig. You know what I mean? You obviously, tame it and curl it and put it together, because you, every time Candace shows up to set, she has a dent in her forehead from where she wrapped it way too tight to lay down the got to be glue on her edges from her wig. Every time it's a huge dent. And I'm like, girl, this is why you have to touch up your makeup after you lay down your wig, because there will always be a difference from the shade, from the top of your forehead to your hairline, because you have done something different there. You did your makeup all the way up to there, but then you put on the got to be glue. Then you did the spritz and spritz down the edges and laid it down. Then you wrapped a satin wrap around your edges, so that satin wrap in the liquid from the spritz and the got to be glue has lifted up the color, has lifted up the foundation, has lifted up the bronzer, has lifted up the contour, so that color is gone. So from where your satin cap that you wrapped around your edges stopped to where your edges start, there's a different color. So you can't just take it off and be like, oh, I'm ready to go out. No. You got to go back to the mirror, massage the skin that now has a dent, massage the forehead because there's a dent from the wrap. Okay, so you got to massage that. Get the get the blood flowing again around the forehead so that your skin can link back up. Then you take your foundation, just dip it in, just dip your foundation brush a little bit into it, and just re-up, because the color is gone. Just re-up the contour, re-up the bronzer from there, because there's going to be a difference from where the cap ends, from where the wrap ends to where your edges start. You just can't walk out and go on camera. You know what? Maybe that's why Candace ain't say nothing to Giselle, because they're the same damn thing. But her hair be looking cute. But she stayed with a forehead dent. She stays with the forehead. She is consistent with that. I always know that she has just unwrapped her edges before she sat down to film this scene. Potomac. Whoo! Potomac is consistently tacky. Consistently. Gotta love them, though. Gotta love them. They're bringing it this season, so do what y'all need to do. But that ponytail and that forehead dent, anyway, the editing this season is really good as well. I feel like overall, everybody on this show, from production down to the cast, has really showed up, because so far for me, I feel like it's the best season. The editing is really good, because when we have this the dueling confessionals of Wendy and the Grand Dame. So Wendy is talking about not getting on this like sleigh thing. Even if I had good bones, I wouldn't get on that sleigh thing that's being pushed down a hill. Who does that? Not me. So she's saying, I don't know if this, sleigh ride is safe for all of us because some of us have fragile bones. And of course, she's talking about Karen. So right after she makes that comment, you get this cut from Karen's edit where she leans up and says, "Shut up." And the music, everything, like the editing and the music is so like comedically, the comedic timing of all of that, absolute perfection. Absolute perfection. The editing is so good this season. They showed up. I don't know what happened last season. I don't know what NBC said to this show specifically, but they're showing up. They are really showing up. Like you can tell every aspect. Even their confessionals. When was this show filmed? Because everybody has had terrible confessionals except for the Real Housewives of Potomac. Everybody, like Real Housewives of Orange County, they're doing it on their iPhones and they don't know how to angle. So they all look like giants, except for Bronwyn, who her angle is too like good or whatever. It makes her look like a little person. So, but everybody has consistently had terrible confessionals, from makeup to hair to lighting to angles, except for Potomac. Oh, you know what? We also don't get anything about the pandemic on this show. So maybe, oh yeah, and they were traveling. So this was definitely filmed before the pandemic. How? When did their last season? That's really, tell me after, because I'm not going to get in here because it's going to make this longer. But yeah, tell me after, because I'm just like, how did this happen? They have great confessionals, great hair, great makeup. I've been loving their outfits, except for Wendy. But you're new. You know what I mean? You don't yet know how to do it. Designers are not yet sending you stuff to be on the show. So I always give new people a pass because you're going to be looking raggedy until season 3. Until season 3, when designers and jewelers and hair and makeup people just start sending you stuff. You know what I mean? Or just want to do photo shoots with you and really upping your brand and taste and all that happens. A good season 3, then you're in the mix. So Wendy probably will look a lot different, season 3, but she could look a little dusty, a little cachet, no shade to cachet, but that's what she's been giving. It is what it is. A little Talbots, you know what I mean? A little Spiegel, but that's what she got for right now. It's okay. Season 3, you'll be a lot better. I hope when you come back, because I think this whole cast is coming back. And I think that, but I'm not quite sure about all of the cast. I think they are. I think they should, because so far they've been working together very well, except for Candace and Monique. And I think if those two can't work together, I don't think that Bravo is going to keep one or the other, because that's going to tear the fan base apart. So I think it's either they both fix it or they both go. You know what I mean? No shade. Everybody's replaceable. The only show that I think is struggling because they replaced some of their strongest cast members is Orange County in Atlanta. Say what you want about Nene. I'm not a Nene stan. If you watch my other lives, you know why. But she really built that show. Her personality alone. She was out of the whole Housewife franchise. She was the first meme. She was the first like viral gif. She was a pop culture moment. And without her being there in the show, you can tell that there's something missing. And what's missing is that character, that kind of Nene character, because she was comical. She was the fun. She was the comedy on that show. And now without her, the Real Housewives of Atlanta, no shade, is very slutty and combative. You know what I mean? If they're not, watching strippers suck their own penis, they're fighting. And it's like, this is what, not all girl groups are like this. You know what I mean? Like, we have fun. There's comedy. There's, of course we have drama because it's a TV show. It's supposed to mimic Dynasty and girlfriend relationships. I get it, but they don't have anything else. And their biggest thing that set them apart from all the other housewife shows was this Nene character. This funny comedic person that was a light at some point before she got a little dark. So unless they can replace that character, which is why when rumors were floating that Monique might replace her, I was like, perfect. That's like you need, like they basically need a comedian in that position. They need somebody, if they're not a comedian, they need somebody who is naturally funny, because that is the core of that show. That's what made that show the viral sensation that it is. If you don't have a big comedic personality like that on that show, you're left with, no shade, these women are doing it, right? But you are left with these not as interesting supporting characters. And it's just like, I don't know if Atlanta can hold like they used to. I hope they can, you know what I mean? Because I love the fact that, you know, they're the highest rated show on Bravo of all, you know, Bravo's existence, right? I think they should treat them better for that, because, you know, they are carrying that network on their back. Them and Below Deck Mediterranean. Child, y'all know how I feel about that show. I don't get it, but listen, somebody who lives on some community that lives on boats is watching this show. They are number 2 on Bravo, and their numbers are holding. So that's what I think. But for Potomac, no shade, but Candace and Monique are replaceable. Is a Grand Dame replaceable? Not sure. Not sure. Is a Giselle replaceable? Not sure. But a Candace and Monique, yes. So I feel like if they can't get it together, they both might go. And that's on them. One of them, in my opinion, doesn't need the check, but she needs the exposure. The other one needs the check. Let's tell the truth and shame the devil. Let's move on. Ashley, park it, because we're going to be here a while. I don't get this girl. I don't get this girl. So you had, first of all, you initiated the sit down with Candace because, oh, I feel sorry for her and she's being left out from the group. And I just want to talk to her because I don't want anybody to feel hurt or left out. So I just want to meet with her. You ran out of your freaking condo, chased that girl downstairs. She's outside waiting for the production van because she just got into something with Monique. Tears falling down her face, and you running out in your sundress. You have a sundress spirit, doesn't she? Throughout the year, Ashley is in a sundress, a nice little Charlotte Russe sundress, because the quality is never quite where it needs to be. But she loves a Charlotte Russe sundress, winter, spring, summer, and fall. So she runs out to get her, sits down. Well, I wanted to talk to you because I don't want you to feel that way. And you know what? I sincerely accept your apology. Okay. Why every time you have an audience with the ladies, do you bring up things that she has done that has hurt you? If not only you forgiven her and acted like y'all were cool. So every time you say something, Candace is sitting there shocked like, huh? What's going on? Because me and you were just having a good time at lunch or brunch or wherever we were at. And y'all were bonding over drinking. She's like, that's the Ashley that I know and love. And y'all kiki black girlfriends. And then y'all sit down at dinner. Y'all were just at brunch, having a great time. Then you sit down at dinner. And when she mentions that she's ready, listen, I'm not going to say that that woman is not ready to have children, right? I will say that it is very well known that Candace don't have nothing going on. So she makes up storylines. Is she the only one that has done it? No, this ain't new. This is not new for any of these housewife shows. Like, who had a really obviously fake storyline that nobody bought? I forget this person, but I think they were like faking a divorce. And everybody was just like, it's not happening. You guys are in a good place. But all the housewives do it, especially when you don't have anything going on. Here's why. Because if you don't have anything going on, they either drop you from the show or drop you down to friend. So that affects your money and your screen time. So you come up with something with, now I'm ready to have a baby. Oh, you know who did that? Melissa Gorga on The Real Housewives of New Jersey. Nobody believed this. Me and Joe, we're trying to have another baby. I miss being a mom. So we're going to give it a go. Isn't that right, Joe? Nobody believed that, Melissa. Nobody believed that you were trying to have another baby. Girl, bye. Girl, nobody bought it. The cast didn't buy it. The fans didn't buy it. Andy didn't buy it. And I remember when she was on Watch What Happened Live, and Andy was like, "So Melissa, are you and Joe really trying to have a kid?" He knew it was BS. But if she didn't have anything going on, she wouldn't be on the show. You know what I mean? So, and she didn't want to drop down to being a friend of the show. So this is what I think Candace is doing. Candace is now doing her storyline this season would have been her singing career and her husband, trying to conceive or thinking about having children. Some because she got beat up, she became the main event, this season. But had that not happened, she would have basically had a sideline storyline, but she still needed to have something to talk about this season. So now, she's trying to be a go-go princess, okay? A go-go music princess. Song is good for Christians. It's a good go-go Kojic, Black Baptist, maybe a little bit of Methodist church song. It really, it's a worship. It's a go-go worship song. So that's what she's doing here. Because outside of that, what else does she have going on? Her mother not going to come on every season and beat her with a purse. That's going to affect her mother's business. And if the mother ain't making no money, ain't nobody eating, right? How was Candace and Chris going to survive without the support of her mother? Let's tell the truth and shame the devil. So this whole, now I'm ready. I'm going to cry. Wait, I don't have nothing. I'm waiting to be a mom. Girl, bye. Play checkers, not me, right? So that is what she's doing, Ashley. Like she always does that when she thinks she has a point. It's an ugly way to make a point, ain't it? What the hell is going on with you? Well, when I was having issues with my pregnancy and trying to conceive, you were really mean to me. And even on social media. Girl. Candace, better than me. She's going back and forth with Ashley at the table. Oh, and I'm so happy for you. You have a lovely child. I apologize. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you. She kept on going back. Not me, beloved. We made up. You forgave me. We're starting new. What you're not going to do is keep on dragging me back to different moments when you had issues with me. Because if let's tell the truth and shame the devil, we can both do it. Me and you can do this all day. So are we going to be at peace or are we going to be at war? Either way, it's going to be fine with me. Because I'm not going to grovel to you. I'm not going to continue to apologize to you if we both agreed after you initiated the freaking sit down. After we both agreed that we are, we both apologize for our actions and we are, remember Ashley did this? Moving forward. So we move forward. Oh no, you want to take me backwards? You want to have me turn around and become a pillar of salt? The devil is a lie. We made up. We're good. You're not going to keep on bringing up stuff because I can bring up stuff. And I'm not doing that. So what do you want to do? At peace or at war? Because whatever you're giving, I'll give it. I'll match you. What you want to do? Because I'm not going to keep on apologizing. I'm not. And she kept on, yeah. And you have a beautiful baby. Ciao. I would have called that baby so many things. Let's not. Because if we're good, we're good. But every time you get an audience, because when me and you are together and we're having fun and we're chilling, we cool. But when you get an audience with these ladies, you want to bring up stuff. Bring up how I hurt you. Bring up all the things that I've said. Bring up how I threw a butter knife at you. Listen, y'all know I ain't never going to rock for that butter knife incident. Yes, it was a butter knife, but still. You cross the lines. You cross the lines throwing stuff, throwing weapons. It is what it is, right? So I ain't never going to agree with that. But if you forgave me, if we have moved forward, you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't have thrown a butter knife at Ashley, but something would have happened. Especially when she was just like, this is your mama house, not your, and I kicked you out and you came back. Listen, something would have happened. I don't know what, but something would have happened, right? So they were both wrong. They both forgave each other and they moved on. Why do you keep on going back to these moments that you forgave? That either means that you just forgave her because you wanted to not have a division where you guys can't film. This was a business move, or you actually didn't want to forgive her, but she was crying, so you did it. Either way, it's on you because you said yes, you said move forward, you forgave. So if you did not feel that way, you should have said it. For me, with situations like that, I'm always like, you know what? I need time. If I'm being harmed, I'm like, you know what? I need some time. You know, if I'm not there, if I am, well, let's start over. We're humans. We make mistakes, especially if there was nothing like physical involved. Like me and Monique, nope. Once you put your hands on me, there's like no more relationship. That's just me. Listen, I ain't Jesus. You're not going to kill me and I forgive you. I'm not like that. So I don't know. Something happens where when it becomes physical and you're like harming me over something I said or allegedly said. Like, you know what I mean? I can understand if you were sitting over there eating some lemon pepper wings and I punch you in the back of the head and you retaliate. Yeah, I was wrong. But you're just not going to rip my wig up from my scalp, flip me around the barn, and we cool. That's not me. But I will say this: when I do forgive, or I'm working on forgiving someone, if I'm not there, give me time. They have to respect that. They have to respect that. I'm not there right now. You know what I mean? Like Ashley could have just said, "Well, you know what? I don't like to see you hurt." Right? I was hurt by you, and my plan is to move forward with you. At this moment in time, I'm really hurt by the things you said. Can we hash them out? And you just go by everything that hurt you because it's necessary, right? But you also have to be in a position to receive that same thing back from Candace. If she says, great, and she apologizes or whatever, you can't say, okay, let's move on. Candace has a right to say, wait. When you said this, that hurt me. When you accused me of this, that hurt me. When you called me that name, because you have to receive that as well, because you're not innocent in this situation. Then y'all hash it out and move forward. Even after that, if you're not in a good place, you can say to her, I am in a neutral place with you right now because I'm currently still healing, because a lot of those things cut me deep. Thank you for apologizing. I'm not yet ready to forgive you. I don't hate you. I'm not mad at you, but I have to heal this first before I say that we're good and we're actually not, and then it becomes a bigger thing. You're adults. You can say that, and the person that harms you has to take it. Has to take it, and vice versa. But she is like in this weird, like, I just had a baby, so my sins are forgiven. Having a baby is not the blood of Jesus. You are still that evil, awful person that you were before you pushed a human out of your baby. Nothing is washed away. You're still that same person. So all of a sudden she has this baby and now she's a different person. Well, that's before I had little Michael. I'm not there. I'm not, but I've grown. And even when Robin was just like, well, wait a minute. You did the same thing to me. And then we see the flashbacks from the season where Ashley tormented Robin. I'll be very honest with you. I did not like Ashley during that season because there was no reason. She was incessantly going after Robin for no reason. Robin wouldn't do anything to her. And she'd be like, well, your man is cheating on you. He don't love you. And just the girl is crying. You could tell that she was going through. Robin was showing up the set looking a plump fool. You knew that she was going through, and she just targeted her and went after her. But Robin was big enough to move forward with you and still sit at that table and call you friend. But then when Robin mentions that to Ashley, oh, but that's different because she also went on social media. No, that's not different. You did the same thing to her. But now because you had a baby, all of a sudden, I'm renewed. I'm reborn. I was washed in the blood of my baby. I'm a different person. You the same evil little minion that you were before you had that child. You were just acting a plumb fool last year. A plumb fool. And you're still in your confessionals, even though your hair is a bit different, you're still saying nasty stuff. You're still being shady. So where's the transformation? The transformation only comes around when you have to become accountable for the things that you have said and done. And although Giselle was being shady, she was absolutely right. She looked at Ashley. She was just like, you and her got issues because y'all the same thing. You was on the same thing that she's currently doing now last year. Giselle, no, but on social media, y'all do the same thing. Ashley, if we go through your Twitter feed, we have you dragging everybody, every cast member, every spouse of every cast member, parents. You drag everybody. And then you also have to write those nasty blogs on Bravo that all of y'all have to write to keep the drama going. You are not inexcusable in this, right? Do I think that she shouldn't feel hurt by the things that Candace said to her? Absolutely not. She can choose to heal and take that in her own way, but she ain't no different. She's not. She's not better than. She's not more refined now because of this baby. She is her and Candace are the same people, and they go after it all the time because they fight the same way. They are not physical people. They are mouth people. And you may pull up, you may pull a gun and start shooting people down. They use their mouths. And sometimes the words hurt harder than anything else because those words don't heal. You still think about the things that person said to you that hurt you, right? You can heal from a little you can heal from a little stab wound. You know what I mean? You can heal from your wig getting twisted around. Well, you can't heal from somebody telling you that you and your man is broke and your mother is taking care of you. So you can't put me out of this house because you don't own it, bum. Like, you're replaying that moment in your head, like, beating yourself up mentally. You know what I mean? So Candace then steaming from what you said to her that hurt her, that became a viral moment that she's watching on Twitter and YouTube and all over the TV and throwing flashbacks to, she's steaming too. So when she sees you in a little situation, she feels like she can get a get back at you. Her and that husband were crying about miscarrying a baby. Lies. Horrible. But y'all the same damn thing. So either you two are going to be at peace or y'all going to be at war because y'all are too similar. Y'all have the same fighting tactics and y'all have the same victim behavior. As soon as somebody calls you, Ashley and Candace on their mess, it's, but no, I didn't do it like that. It ain't different. It's the same thing. So I don't see these two ever working because they're so similar and they won't recognize it. They won't. So they'll keep on making up, but sitting in the confessionals, steaming about something that somebody said 2 seasons ago, because they're both petty fighters. They're both petty fighters with nasty mouths. That's just who they are. So this is, what is it? Oil and water? Oil and water. I don't see them working. So I think I can see them getting over this again and being like, okay, we're finally over it. And then next season, well, 2 seasons ago, I said what I said. Like those two are just going to keep on going after it. There's never going to be a resolution. They're both going to keep on finding moments to go after each other after they said they're cool. It is what it is with them. So I'll probably be talking the same way about Candace next season with referring to things to Ashley because they're just the same people. It's just going to be like this with them. But right now we're talking about Ashley, Mother Teresa. Even when she was called out on her mess by Giselle and Robin, it's still, oh, that was different. It's not, because you and editors conveniently bring up those tweets and blur out what you said to her. Like we ain't see them tweets in real time. You were at a war of words. Y'all both said some nasty, ugly things about each other at your big ages for the world to see. Move on, girl. Move on. Nobody's going to agree with you. Nobody's going to agree with you on this situation. It's not going to work. You keep on trying to pull something out of this broad she's never going to give you. Move on. Because even in that little exchange, Candace, I was just like, girl, you take the high road. Take the high road, because her mouth was getting slick. I'm like, Candace, take the high road. But I can understand her frustration, right? Because I don't care what anybody says. There are different standards for Candace than there are for the rest of the cast. Different standards. Yes, her and Monique are brown-skinned girls. They both have money. But there's a difference with how they have their money. Because these women are not pedigree, because these women don't come from generational wealth, because these women didn't grow up with parents who had money, they look down on Candace. Because it's, oh, you're living off of your parents' money. You didn't work hard. You didn't earn this. Y'all, listen, it was given to her. She didn't earn it, right? It was just given to her. It trickled down from her parents. Because she didn't get it on her back or on her knees, she's less than you. Because you're not going to sit up here and say y'all married for love, aside from Robin and Juan. But they're not in this financial conversation. Let's tell the truth and shame the devil, right? The other ladies married into money. And because they married into money, it's high society. They're snobs on somebody like Candace, who grew up in them societies you had to bang a dude to get into. How are y'all looking down on her? But that's how it is, right? So they ride for Ashley over there. I also think they ride for Ashley over Candace because of colorism. I say it all the time, and I have no problem saying it. And ain't nobody gonna tell me different. Now, me and other dark-skinned people can have a conversation, but if you not this deeper, shut up. You can't tell me about my life because they always label her as aggressive. What about this light bulb head demon who got everything to say about everybody, is nasty to everybody, and gets up and walk away like nothing happened? Ashley's very nasty. Very, very nasty. Damn near demonic, okay? Her and Candace, neck and neck. Neck and neck. Why is Candace the one that y'all always are chastising? I wonder why. Only dark-skinned people respond. Okay. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Always labeled as aggressive. All I did was walk into the room. She's violent. She's violent. You know, the darker they are, the more dangerous they are. Y'all doing that birth of a nation mess. That's what's happening here, because they're the same damn thing and they should be treated accordingly. Let me move on. I spent way too much time on them on that situation. I told y'all, park it, because we was going to be there for a while. Basically, the gist of my thoughts are: don't forgive her, act like you were cool, and then keep on bringing stuff up. Just take back the apology, take back the white flag, take back the peace handshake or the peace hug, and just be like, you know, I'm not over it. Because she did mention it. She was like, I thought I was over it until I heard her say that she wants to start having children, and I started feeling some way. Then take back the peace and just be like, you know what? Let's get back on the field. We got some stuff to battle out because I'm not okay. Do that, but don't keep on saying, yeah, and I'm saying this because I want to support you. I like you. I want to be there for you. No, you don't. You want to hurt her because she hurt you. You want to send in the dagger. You want to torment her the whole time that she's trying to have a baby because that's what you felt. Be real. And I love the fact that Giselle and Robin called her out on it, because the next day she tells them, she sashays up to them in another sundress, another ill-fitting, cheaply made sundress. It is her thing. It is her thing. Giselle got tacky hair. She got tacky sundresses. It is what it is. So she sashays up to them, sits down with them, and tells them that she wrote a I don't know what it is, like a character thing about Candace, and how she wrote about how Candace threw a butter knife at her, and she wrote that in favor of Monique. Giselle and Robin were just like, okay, first of all, she's not going to prison. Because listen to the thing, Ashley, instead of just saying, I don't like Candace, I'm sitting over here thinking about some things that happened with us, and I know I forgave her, but I'm not over that stuff. So I'm doing this because, one, I don't like that girl and I want her to suffer. I want her to feel the pain that she made me feel. And two, I'm paying back a debt, because those two looked out for me when my man could have been sent to jail and sued for all he has. So instead of saying that, she says, well, I'm telling the truth. This is my story. She has done those things to me. Well, no, I like Candace. No, you don't. This is the get back. That's what it is. Giselle called it. She was like, oh, you're doing the get back. You don't like her. You're doing the get back and you're paying back a debt. That's what this is. Stop talking around it, because if you talk around it to try to justify it and to make it sound like it's something else when it's not, it's because you know what you're doing has ill intentions. You know that this is a way to harm this person, but you can't say that because you and her have made up and you're telling everybody that you're cool. Because she wants to give off this impression, I'm Mother Teresa. That's why, I had a baby. I'm washed in the blood of my child. So I'm a different person. That's why I went out there and I consoled her and I comforted her because I'm a changed person. And I accepted her apology and I moved forward because I'm a changed person. No, you still that little demon. You still that little 3B hair demon, still running around going after people. But now you got this new image. So you want to show people that you're different. And you want to say, no, I did that because I feel like my friend may go to prison. And, she protected me when it's a get back. It's a get back. But the reason why you're not naming it that and naming it these other things is because you know it's wrong. You know it has negative, you know that it will have negative repercussions. You know that there's ill intentions behind it, but you can't break the facade that you're this new person. You're reborn. You're Mother Teresa. You would never do a thing like that because you have a baby. Robin and Giselle saw right through you, and so did the viewers. I wonder what her Twitter looks like now. Miss, I was so hurt by what she said to me on Twitter. What's your Twitter look like today? We know what it looked like last season. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. Let's talk about this. Hold on one second. We got a super chat from that girl. That girl said, keep up the good work. I may not always agree, but good job. Thank you, that girl. So let's talk about this prank on Wendy. I loved it. And I love that they spent time on it. I love that, the ladies went into the production room, the hotel room that they turned into a production room. I love that they went in there and they watched this prank on Wendy. And then Wendy ran out of her hotel room screaming, and they went out of the hotel room, their hotel's room, or the production room, just laughing. And everybody is on the hotel room floor, just cracking up and having a good time. Y'all always know that I say I love when these shows have balance. I love that. Listen, give me the drama, right? Give me the shade. Give me the gossip and tea. Give me all of that, right? But also give me the comedy. Give me the fun. Give us a balance. That's what I talk about is missing from Real Housewives of Atlanta now. And that's why I'm just like, I don't know what they're going to do, because at this point, you can't put Nene on the show. She's just in a really dark place. She's in a really dark place. She's not the fun that show used to be, but they have to do something. They have to do something because there's no joy anymore on that show. There's no fun. There's no comedy. It's just sex and fighting. And both of them are exhausting at some point. Okay. You need some light moments. You need some comedy. You need some fun. You need to give your audience a balance. TV shows are a roller coaster until you end on a cliffhanger. Like, it's not this one thing all the time. That's how you lose viewers. So for me, I feel like this show is doing what Atlanta used to do back in the day that made them so popular, because that was such a fun moment. I enjoyed watching it. I was laughing like I was I was at the hotel. Like Wendy was one of my girlfriends that I pranked. It was a fun, relatable moment, and I'm so glad that they spent time on it. I'm so glad that we were able to see the text that they were doing and putting the whole thing together. I love that because it's needed. It's a palate cleanser. It's a really fun palate cleanser from all the other mess that's going on with the ladies. So I enjoyed that. I can't believe it, because I was not feeling Potomac in the beginning when they first started. They're becoming my Atlanta. They really, really are. I'm enjoying this season. I really, really am. Robin, you were doing so good with me. Not anymore. I get that this is your business, your website, and you want to put your best foot forward. You did this in the wrong way. I think that the Grand Dame next episode is probably going to handle it in a really good way, because she's just been performing. She's been overperforming this season. So I don't see her making this an issue. However, Robin, I hated that you did that. I hated that you sat there and talked about Karen and her age and how bad her picture looked one on camera and two on camera to somebody who does not like her and has consistently attacked her. It was just mean for no reason. This woman helped you out because I didn't see any contracts being signed. I didn't see Robin saying anything about paying these ladies, although I feel like something behind the scenes had to happen. But on camera, we didn't see any of that. So right now it's looking like all the ladies came to do you a favor for your brand. Hold on, hold on, hold on. We got some chats in the building. What's up? Y'all coming in like Tomb Raiders. I love it. Hey, Busy Blue. Busy Blue said, made it in time to give my girl a coin. Day one star fan right here. Really, really and truly, you are. Love you, girl. I love you too, Busy Blue. Thank you so much for supporting your girl. And if you can, please go support Busy Blue. He does the same things. Like, he talks about more topics than I do, but we review a lot of the same shows, and he always has guests on his shows. It's good. I enjoy it. So if you guys have the same great taste as I do, you will love Busy Blue. Some of you are already subscribed, but if you're not, you will not be disappointed with his channel. Janice, thank you so much, Janice. Janice said, hey, Nikki, just stopping by to show some love. I'm currently at work, so I'll have to rewatch later. Can't wait. Oh, thank you so much, Janice. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you, guys. I love the love. Who doesn't love love? So thank you guys so much for your support. So as I was saying, so these ladies on a popular TV show gave you their image and their time. As it looks on the show, no money. They gave you this for free. For you to drag one of the people who gave you their image and their time when they could have charged you off the wazoo was just very ugly. They were doing you a favor. Like, Karen was doing you a favor to say, oh, I want my hat to appeal to a hip and young crowd. And Karen just looks old. And then saying, oh, I was struggling with her pictures, and show the worst unedited pictures of her. I didn't like that. That just made me feel really icky. It was ugly. It was age shaming. You were shaming her looks. I didn't like it. I did not like it, especially when somebody is helping you out. For you then to turn around and look at their help and say, oh, I don't like how you helped me. Squeeze me? You could have found a good picture of Karen. You could have put that on the site, even if you think, even if you think that she's an old person or whatever. I mean, she is. I'm not going to sit up here and lie and be like, oh, she's serving 35. But I just felt like it was ugly. And then, dumbballs, you then isolate a huge audience. Who would buy those tacky hats? No shade, but it's like the only one that I really liked was the leopard heart one that Candace wore. I thought that was cute, right? But there are different generations of men and women who would be interested in that. And I think that you just insulted and isolated a profitable community for your hats, because the way you're advertising those hats, the way a lot of those hats are looking, it gives me church mothers who go on them little casino trips and they wear all them kind of hats like that and them sweatsuits. That's what I was looking at when I was looking at the website and the pictures that she had on the website. That is a community that will keep you afloat. Church mothers who go on them little casino trips, they buy the hell out of them hats. They can't keep them hats in stock when it's time for their casino trips. You just isolated that whole community. You just dragged that whole community. So even if they were interested in your hats, it's just like, well, I guess I'm too old. Like, and y'all know how I feel about women age shaming. It's just like, come on. We get enough from the society. Why are we doing that to each other? Like, after we're a good 25, we're thrown away. And then we have women who are a bit younger doing the same thing. I didn't like it. It was just very, very ugly. It was unwarranted. Karen didn't do anything to you. She didn't deserve that. That's just my opinion of it. It was very ugly, and she just didn't deserve that. And if I was her, I after watching this, I would have charged her for my time. I'm not okay. I'm ugly and I'm old. I couldn't make the site, but I gave you my time and I gave you my image to use. Pay me. So that's where. So that's all I really wanted to talk about. I did think that this was a good episode. I think next episode is going to get even better. I'm enjoying the season thus far. I really, really am. These ladies, they did not disappoint. They did not disappoint. So if you are just here to watch the review ends right now. Let's get into the chit chatter. Who is disagreeing with me? Miss GG88, why am I picturing Regine's mother from Living Single? Remember her mother always wore that loud outfit and tacky hats? Yes, that is Robin's community. That's Robin's customer. Why are you isolating? Like, why are you dragging them? Girl, it don't make no sense. Not smart. I'm just like, guys, look at the hats. You know who's going to be wearing them. As soon as it's time for their annual casino trip, baby, she won't be able to keep them hats in stock. I don't know what's going to happen now because you didn't said that they're too old for your hats. How are you too old for a freaking hat? The stuff that people put age limits on amazes me. I had somebody say something to me like a day after my 30th birthday, and I had like did a post. You know, if you're not 30, you're going to do this, right? If you're younger than 30, just know you're going to do this. You know how every time, people who are past 30, you know how when you turn 30, you started talking about, oh my goodness, I'm tired all the time. My bones are hurting. We become like elderly when you're turning 30 because now you're like, now I'm an adult. Now I can tell kids to get off my lawn. You don't realize until you're past it how young you still really are. So I was doing, the 30 posters just like, and now I'm getting tired at around 4 p.m. I'm so old. And then I was talking about there's stuff that like I can't do now. Like I'm having trouble walking up the steps. Facebook did a reminder and showed me that post, and I deleted that with the quickness. I was just like, Nikki, child, you were still a baby. So anyway, somebody wrote under it as like a joke, like a statement joke of things that I can't do now because I'm 30. And one of the things was I can't wear like any more glitter. She was like, you can't wear any more glitter, any more sequins tops and any more sequins outfits. That goes away after 30. And I was like, for who? Baby, I'm a disco ball. I'm gonna be burning glitter. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? We're putting age limits on sequins now? Like, are we? And it's only for women. Do you realize that? It's only for women. There are no age limits for men. Men in their 30s are still called kids. Remember that swimmer? He had a TV show back in the day because he was like really dense, but he could swim really good. He like went to, I think it was Brazil, and like trashed the gas station because he was drunk. And Brazil or wherever he was at was not trying to let him out. They were trying to charge him and get him to pay for the damages. And all these newscasters were just like, oh my goodness, let him out. Let him out. He's just a kid. He was halfway to 40. Listen, I did say that 30 is still very, very, very young, right? It is, but you're not a kid. You're not a kid. I'm sorry, for me, I feel like after you, early 20s is when the babies start wearing off. You know what I mean? Early 20s is where it's just like, all right, let's start adulting it up. You know what I mean? I feel like 30 is still very young, but it's not kid level. Everybody, let those kids out. Let those kids. These boys are like 35 years. Boys, even me. These men are 35 years old, and the media is calling them kids. But when we women, soon as our brains become fully developed, oh my goodness, we're aging out. Too old, elderly. You can't do this anymore, girl. You got to start looking for a husband. You got to start being a mama. You're 25 now. Why? Why am I old and decrepit at 35, at 25? And this dude right here is 40, and everybody's just like, those young bachelors. Young where? Young where? Because if he's still young at 40, what am I at 30? Only for women. Only women get age limits on stuff that make no damn sense. Sequins. I think I deleted her after that. Like, you're not gonna tell me that I can't wear look, and this is tame. This is tame. Are you kidding me? Can't wear sequins. I responded back, who? I have daytime glitter, afternoon glitter, evening glitter, and wind down glitter. Outfits and makeup. Get out of here. Get out of here. I still wear glitter spray on my afro. Who you talking to? Not me. Priscilla, even if Robin wasn't a spring chicken, it's just an awful thing to say. It was an awful thing to say to somebody who helped out your business free of charge. Even without that, it was awful. She's too, you don't want her on the site because she's old. So old people can't wear your tacky hats. Okay. You did him a favor. Come on, me, not me, 2008. Oh, but Busy, I love him. He's so kind. He has great perspective and he's hilarious. He is, Jimmy. I'm just trying to catch up, guys. So if I stop, I'm just reading. I told you I'm a fast reader, so I have to like read it and digest it first before it comes out of my mouth because I'll stutter. So it takes me a bit. Jade. Jay says they say talk S and get hit, but nobody was calling Ashley to get nobody was calling for Ashley to get popped when she said Monique was a drunk and that's why she miscarried. Thank you for bringing that up, along with her other attacks. It's giving colorism. Come on, Jade. You preaching. You preaching. Let's give Jade an offering because homegirl is preaching. Hajar, hey, Hajar from London. Hajar Zaki is joining us from London. What's up? Oh God, 226 people in the room. Come on, guys, let's get the lights up. Me too. I didn't think that Karen, there was nothing. I didn't think that there was anything wrong with Karen. The only thing that I saw was that her pictures were unedited, and we're living in such an edited world that you can't look like how you look in person. You know what I mean? Like everything has to be edited. Everybody's now gotten used to filters and edited faces that nobody likes how a person actually looks. So I don't think that there was a problem, but the way the lighting was cast over her cheek. So it was like dark, like there were like shadows in the picture. And it wasn't a good picture because of the lighting and because of the angle. Robin just didn't want her on there because she's old, guys. That was her thing. She's old. So to justify that, she showed unedited, unflattering pictures of her. I hope she realizes how ugly that was. That was so ugly. You literally don't want her on your site because she's old. How do you justify that? That ugly. Yeah, I hope they bring it up at the reunion too, Cynthia Simone, because it was terrible. It was a terrible thing to say. Hey, Deconte Colfa. Deconte Colfa gave your girl a super chat. Deconte said, I love that you see the show for what it is. A show with various characters playing their parts. I enjoy your reviews. Oh, thank you, Deconte. I don't know why I say your name like that. But thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you. Yeah, Priscilla, I love the side picture. The profile where she was looking up into the sun. I thought it was a good shot for Robin. Old. How do you say that? And aren't you like you're aging out of hotness. Child, I'm telling you, when you get to a certain age, the world start looking real different. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, as women, they hype you up when you're young. It's just like, oh, you can do this, you're so hot, you're this, that. Then when you start aging out of what men think is hot, which is real sick, because we're not even gonna talk about how your youth, when men don't consider you youthful anymore, you're not attractive. What in the predator? Anyway, when you start to age out as a woman, you see how the world looks at you real different at a certain age. And I think that some women just get envious of the younger broads instead of talking to the young girls and just be like, don't fall for it. Don't fall for that chat. Don't fall for that mind game that they're about to tell you that you're better just because you're younger. It's because you're easily manipulated. That's what it is for women. You're easily manipulated. That's why men don't want to, not all, but that's why a lot of men don't want to date women. A lot of men who are older don't want to date women in their 30s or 30s and up. Because at a certain point in your life as a woman, I guess everything just starts breaking down and you start realizing, I'm telling you, when a woman starts realizing and contemplating some things, you become a totally different person. Like at first, when you start realizing and contemplating, you're a little aggressive. We've all had that moment where you're a little aggressive and it's just like, I said, no, I'm not doing it. Don't talk to me like that. Like because we accept so much stuff and then we have a breaking point. Normally happens in the 30s, but it can happen later, right? Oh, and sometimes earlier. And then we have this breaking point, and that's when we start getting called the B word. That's when that's when they start calling us difficult, and that's when they start saying that we're man haters and all of that stuff, right? That's what sorry if you can hear my stomach. I'm hungry. Oh, I got my banana. Let me do that. So anyway, that's when we start getting called those things, right? Because we're at the age where it's just like, no. Like I told you, that's why a lot of actresses are having a hard time finding work after 30, because it's not because they're not beautiful. It's not because they're old or, don't look great on camera. It's because you can get a young actress to do some stuff that you can't get an actress in her 30s and 40s to do. Like an actress in her 30s and 40s and after, down for nudity, but you're going to pay me. That 22-year-old is going to do that and say, oh, this is art. She's going to show her, she's going to go fully naked and say, oh, I did this for the art of the film. You're 22, you don't know nothing. When I'm a good 38, oh, sure, nudity, absolutely. You don't have to pay me more. I just want the back end of the profits of this film. Now we talking different. Now I don't want to deal with you because you know how this industry works and you know your coin. Margot Robbie, full nude for Wolf of Wall Street, which was a great film. Why it has some Oscars, I don't know, right? You think you can get Margot Robbie to go fully nude today and not pay her for that? You're out of your damn mind. She was unknown. She was unknown and she was hella young. So of course she did it because she thought that furthered the story. Ask her to get nude today and see what happens. Either she's going to say no and drag the Wolf of Wall Street, or she's going to say yes and you're going to pay her. She's getting money from the back end. She's getting money from the distribution. She is the studio, and the studio and the production company is paying her for her image. She's going to get her coin. It was monumental when Halle Berry, I think she got $500,000 per titty for that movie that she did with Hugh Jackman back in the day. It was so like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Halle Berry is getting all this money for nudity. And all she did was this and got $1 million. And that was a big deal. But what you don't realize is that men were getting thrice that for just showing their backside. So it was a big deal to everybody else, but it wasn't a big deal to women in the industry. The women in the industry was just like, finally we getting paid for nudity. Like, we don't get no coin. The men do. And half the times they're wearing a prosthetic. Child. Let me get off of these men. Like I will fall in love with a fine one the second I see him. Yeah, XO Aaron. I think the reason that that Robin didn't take Karen for a reshoot is because even if you do a reshoot, she's still going to be in her 50s. She didn't want an old person on her website. Period. Mm-hmm. You're right, Priscilla. Mm. She was dismissing an entire generation. Sorry that I'm eating on here, guys. My stomach is growling. So I gotta do something. I think Karen looked great. Hey, Miles. Marlene. Marlene said those Alibaba hats. Ciao. My dad has got me into Alibaba and Wish. I was not into any of them, but he is always getting something from there. And he has had good experiences. So I'm checking out Alibaba now. K Dash. I'm sorry, my phone. I'm in a group chat from hell. It's not from hell if my besties are watching. I'm sorry. My best friend since I was 14, and we talk most of every day, hours. Love them. But when I'm doing the live, chill out. Tamika said, "Ooh, the bedazzled church casino hats. I love them. I love those hats. I really, really do." K Dash, shout out to them church going holy rolling casino ladies. Listen, they walk into them casinos 90 deep. They take over them casinos and they buy all them freaking bedazzled tacky Vegas hats. And I say tacky, knowing that I want one. Miss GG88, why am I picturing? Oh, we already talked about that. Oh, let me get going in these comments. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Glistening Beauty. Glistening Beauty said, so Robin doesn't want her mom wearing her hats. That's what it sounds like. Chocolate Capricorn. People act like Gonique was whooping A. Y'all need to watch some World Star videos and see some real fights go down. I don't, you know, some people might act like that. I think it's the fact that she was beating somebody who like couldn't fight and was so tiny. I didn't know how much taller and stronger Monique was over Candace until that fight. There was, to be quite honest with you, there was no competition. Candace could never get her back physically. The way she lifted that girl, her little Charlotte Russe boots was just in the air shaking. Oh, Black Gal. I forgot to talk about that. Black Gal said Robin was even uglier when she said that Karen don't want Ray's sausage. I'd rather have a Ray that can't get it up than a Juan that's giving it to everyone. Y'all can tell I didn't read that before I said it. Black Gal, you better read. No, QK. No. Oh. Hold on, let me show your comment, L. L said, I wouldn't give a damn what Robin says, to be honest. Robin making comments about the way someone looks is like Ashley and Michael comment about happy marriages. Yikes! Why did they film it in Potomac? Miss GG88 said they just filmed the reunion in New Jersey in person. I can't wait. Why not? Why not Potomac? Potomac doesn't have a space? Is Potomac on lockdown? Oh, thank you, D. Conti. Oh, Karen is 57. That's a good 57. It's a good 57. I love when she switched away from Giselle. And she was like, when Giselle was telling her basically that Juan's proposing without telling her. And Karen was just like, thank you for giving me all of this tea. I now know that a ring is coming. Goodbye. She is overperforming this season. I love watching her. Love it. And Robin's just like, no, she's not. No, I didn't say that. I love it. They're doing so good this season. Um, I'm not reading your comment. I'm just going to say it. I hope we get an ending that is not as shady because you have been reading. But it is what it is. Elle said, I want Giselle to get a stylist and actually listen to what they say. Don't ask questions or comments. Just put it on. LOL, you cannot trust your own judgment. Very true. Very, very true. I look back at some pictures when I thought I had on some fits that was killing it. Baby, it's always best to get a second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th look. Okay? Get different eyes on that outfit before you walk out. Elle said, yeah, I remember when Gabrielle Union said she was jealous of Ryan Destiny when she first heard about her because she felt like she was replacing her. The industry is wicked. This is the thing. Like, don't get mad at the new chick. Change the freaking industry. My thing is, people talk so much, specifically my people talk so much crap about Tyler Perry, right? They don't like his shows. They don't like the quality of it. That's fair. That's your opinion, right? Why are you talking about him and not joining him? Like, why don't you, President Barack Obama, be the change that you want to see in the world? At least he's doing something. You know what I mean? I know you might not like Tyler Perry's quality or the movies he puts out or the stories or whatever. But as of today, he has hired the most Black people in the entertainment industry concerning film and TV. Y'all mad at the dude, but at least he giving some of us jobs. You know what I mean? He saw an issue. He saw an issue. He saw how hard it was for Black people to get work. He wasn't even going to do film and TV. He was just going to do his plays. But he saw that there were that Black people were not getting work. He said the first time that I could do a film, I knew everybody on it was going to be Black. Again, you might not like how he does stuff. That's fair. Join him. If you don't like how he does it, start how he started, or do another way of starting, but start somewhere and start creating an environment that you think is beneficial and helpful to the cause as well, instead of tearing this dude down. Join him. Don't hate, just join. Like, don't get mad at him. Join him. But it happens. It really, because that's how the industry makes it. They say, oh, she's replacing you. Why don't you make a space in the industry or make your own industry where women your age can't be replaced? Because we still have stories. Like, we don't die at 25. We still live. We still have experiences. Sometimes for a lot of women, your experiences when you are older, a lot more salacious than it was when you were younger. You know what I mean? I see a lot of these movies and a lot of these TV shows that are based around people in their 20s. And I'm like, where was I living? What? Because the way they have these 20 somethings having orgies and doing drugs, I'm like, this ain't the norm. I'm sorry. It's high school too. High school, like, all of these shows, all these kids are like having sex, just shooting up heroin. Euphoria? I don't know. No, that is not me. That is not my friend's experience. Like, college, later on in life, you know what I mean? Maybe, but I wasn't doing this stuff in high school. I wasn't shooting up crack cocaine in high school. I wasn't able to stay out that late in high school. Y'all sleeping over, y'all having sleepovers with the opposite sex. Y'all sleeping in each other's beds. That, like, listen. There were kids like that, but the fact that whole school is like that, I'm like, where are these writers growing up? This stuff it's not realistic for a lot of people. Now, later in life, got a little spicy. That's, you know what I mean? That's why a lot of women related to Sex in the City, because those women were at their big ages reckless. But for a lot of people, that is your experience later in life. You know what I mean? You start having freedoms about things, and you start accepting certain things and wanting to try new things, and be very open about who you are as you get older and not apologize for who you are. So that's why that show was so successful. But we don't have another show like that. There's not another show centering women in their 30s and 40s who are just living out their life, having these issues and experiences. You have shows like that, but the leads are 19. I'm just like, you're not moving in to an apartment in Midtown with your boyfriend at 18. What's going on? So, Gabrielle, got the money and the power, girl. Link up with some actresses who are aging out of the industry, and I'm telling you, they don't know what to do with Tyler Perry. I've been in so many conferences, so many conversations, so many meetings, and Hollywood don't know what to do with that dude. They can't compete with him. One guy. Why is he the only one? Baby. Oh, I'm joining them. Trust and believe. Oh, Glisten and Beauty is giving me the ages. I didn't know. Yup. Poor Shekula said that's why we were so happy when P. Valley gave us Mel Frontal. I was like, oh, another penis every episode. Penis, penis, penis. And then, like, it was so obvious that this was done by a woman. So obvious. She said the men, this show is about strippers, so there's going to have to be some female nudity. Okay, men, pull out your penis. I love P. Valley. I cannot wait for that to come back. It's that crooked letter. Ah, I love that show. So Glisten and Beauty said Karen is 57, Wendy is 36. Oh wow, I thought she was way older than that. Giselle is 50. Okay, Monique is 37. Candace is 33. She's still 33. I thought she was 33 when she joined the show, or maybe she was 30. Robin is 41. Katie is 40. Excuse me. Sharice is 53. Huh. Okay. Thank you for that, Glisten and Beauty. Now that I know Robin's age, I'm even more disappointed. You should know better. You should know better. Oh, Wendy is going to turn it up next season. Next episode on Ashley. I'm like, oh gosh, Wendy. But at this point, I'm like, get in there, Wendy. Do what you got to do. As long as when Wendy is not talking about her degrees, I'm cool. I do think that she jumps into too many situations, but that's who she is. That's who Wendy is. So I've just learned to accept it. Oh, poor Shekula said, I met a 30-year-old when I was 22, and he actually told me, I wish I met you 4 years ago so I could have molded you. Right hand of God. Oh, God. Remember when we were like seniors in high school and like early 20s, and we thought that those like dudes in their 30s who wanted to date us, it was like, oh my God. Oh my God, he thinks I'm so mature. He's a predator. Thinking about it now, I was like, why in the hell were you trying to date me at 16? Telling me, oh, I'm not like the other teenagers. I'm so mature for my age. Predator. Predator. Thank God for my mama. Always, L. Everybody's replaceable. There's always somebody who is what you are younger. Always. There's always like everybody is replaceable, unfortunately. To the industry, not in real life. Tracy, is it Tracy? Is it Chappell or Chappelle? I think it's Chappelle. Tracy Chappelle said, if Robin and Karen was not close, then why would Karen tell Robin about her husband's sex being bad? If they're not close, and she said that, she was drunk. Karen has like, even Giselle said it. When Karen starts drinking, she can't hold anything. That's very, very true. I don't think that if Karen was sober, she would tell us that her coochie stinks and that her clitoris is tan. If she was sober, she would not have said that. Marshall's chocolate Capricorn. I saw this at Marshall's because the one I had I had a smaller cap like this, and it was always coming off my head at night. Always. And then I wake up and the hairstyle is all the way over here, or my braids are fuzzy. So this like stays on. I have no issue with it. If I have a style that's long, I have no problem. If I want to wear my afro out, it protects my style. It's really, really good. This is like $4 at Marshall's. It's you can find caps like this. Marshall said, "Black Lives Matter, baby," because now they have like a sister section where it's like all black hair care products, and then it's like shower caps and turbans and caps like this with like black women on it. They have a bunch of them. It's like right by the hair, like opposite of the hair care section, right next to the liquid hand soaps in every Marshalls. Yeah, and that's exactly what's happened in Lisa Morris 1966. Lisa Morris 1966 said, "I think Ashley is trying to justify why she's writing that statement. Not only is she trying to justify it, she's trying to make it seem more innocent than what it is." Which lets me know that she knows that what she's doing um is a get back. She knows, but she don't want everybody to know that. Why do I want fries all of a sudden? I'm telling you, when you're hungry, anything goes. Jade Gossett said, "I want people to finally talk about the difference in how people and fans talk about how Candace comes from wealth and privilege versus how they talk about non-black Bravo celebs. I'm tired of the hypocrisy." Talk that talk, Jade. Jade, you've been in here talking. Come on. You know what? Where is it? Go ahead, Jade. You've been in here dropping some gems. Yes, somebody respond to Yolanda because I would like to know. Anybody have reunion tea? QK, Giselle Spitoff, finding the preacher's children. I didn't know it was so many, guys. I didn't know it was so many. I only knew about one. I only knew about one. The fact that the dad said he got 7 and 9. Wow. Bulat said, "I don't understand the validation that some of the girls look for from Giselle. I think the validation is that she was like Nene, she was the one who brought the women to the show, or like the core character. So it's not like she's an EP or anything, but she was the first hire that connected everybody. So they kind of made her like the first season, they were saying that she is responsible for this circle. Remember when they kept on using circle all the time, like a cult? So that's why they look to her like that. Yeah, that's what I think it is. I think it's Kima. I do agree with you. I think the DMV is not letting them film, with such a large cast and then a large crew. Because I know out here in LA, you can't have more than 10 people on set. And that's half the cast for Potomac. You know what I mean? So they probably had to, that's all of, yeah, that's the majority of the cast. The cast of Potomac is almost 10 people. So I think that they had to go somewhere that was a little bit more, that didn't have so many restraints in filming. So that's probably why they went to Jersey. Samantha said, "Can we talk about how Robin's kids talk to her? Did y'all hear how the boy talked to his mom? He ain't say nothing bad, but it's how he said it is why it was so dark." They've been talking to her like that since they were very, very young. And I think they watched her dad. They watched their dad talk to their mom that way, and they watched their mom accept it. I think Robin knows that behavior is wrong, but I think she's still in like a guilty place where she's blaming herself for giving, all of their money away to that guy that scammed them. So, you know how some people beat themselves up for longer periods of time than they need to. Nobody can beat you up the way you beat yourself up. So I think that's what she thinks that she deserves because of what she put the family through. Forgive yourself and check them kids, mama. Miss Gigi 88, the DC area is dropping back down to stage 1, I think. That may be why. Okay. That's good to hear, stuff is dropping. It's Kima. Production in New York City is limited too, so New Jersey probably was the only place they could do it. Yeah. Also because New Jersey has a lot of land, so they probably are filming on a big, studio lot or in a big space that can have all of that social distancing for the cast and the crew. Oh, thank you, Anika T from Delaware. Lisa Moore's 1966. I think she will. Wendy will lighten up. It's all in watching yourself back and changing and being different the next season. I think she will, unless production encourages her to, go harder. But if not, I think she will change how she was on the show because she did, in a lot of moments, come off unlikable. Simply Simone, the tea from the production leakers is that there was no resolution between Candace and Monique, but Giselle was also in the hot seat. All right. And I think that's coming from Monique because on her Twitter, she did say, I know who started this whole thing. I'm not dumb. I know that Giselle was the one who basically created all of the drama. So that might be coming from Monique. Oh, gosh. Candace and Monique, y'all have to fix this. Production. Jimmy G. Production leakers equal Monique. Chocolate Capricorn, I like the whole cast. There's nobody that I dislike. I am afraid, though, for Candace and Monique, because I think if they can't fix that, how are they going to work together? How are they going to work together? Portia Ryan Destiny is gorgeous. Out of this world beauty. Elle said, that's right. You can't complain or criticize something if you're not providing a solution. Tell the truth and what? Shame the devil. Oh, yeah, Simply Simone, that's fine. I'm specifically talking about people in production who criticize Tyler Perry's work in private and also openly, but you're not, where's your solution? What are you doing? You don't like how he does this. Okay. Then you do something different. You know what I mean? You do what he did, but you do it in a way that you think is proper. Why are you dragging a dude instead of joining him? He's lit, guys. He has literally changed the landscape of the entire entertainment industry. He's one freaking guy because he bet on black every time. Y'all dragging his work but not joining him. Wouldn't be me. Yeah, and sometimes it's just fun to watch those movies. Like Simply Simone is saying, the wig changes that fall from grace. Whoo, the wig that they had on Makai Brooks. My God, today. I think Tyler Perry knows that we are going to talk about them wigs, so he just does that to give us something to talk about because he knows we're going to talk. Chocolate Capricorn, why do you think that about Portia? Why do you think she got COVID-19? Are they not? If the show is not filming, somebody on that set has COVID-19 because they normally film all the way up until the premiere and sometimes during the season. And normally during the season, it's just like confessionals and pickup shots. SCP Tyler said that he is open to hiring writers now. I think he has to be open because of SAG. You're using SAG actors on a SAG set, and you're not hiring union writers. When SAG applies enough pressure, you can dodge them and you can pay as much fines as you want. But after a while, there's going to become a point where you just can't work, and especially if a writer is union as well. Because what the writers union and SAG AFTRA don't do is fight each other. That's the last thing that they want to do because the industry will shut down if the unions shut down. If the unions are at a standstill in that war, the industry will shut down like the writers union last almost a decade ago. Nobody wants that. So everybody wants to have peace. But if you got a union show and you're still hiring non-union people. And although they are of a different a different sect of the entertainment industry, it causes problems for non-union and union people. So I think at some point he probably paid enough fines from the writers union, probably paid enough fines from SAG-AFTRA. He was just like, you know what? Let me hire at least one or two more actors, at least one or two more union writers, so I could be done with that headache. Y'all think that the wealthy controls Hollywood? Baby, it's them unions. If the unions don't play ball, if the shows don't play ball with these unions, ain't nothing getting done. The industry tried to play with them writers, and them writers shut down the industry for 2 freaking years. COVID, who? Talk to a writer. Wasn't nothing happening. Actually, the writers union birthed reality TV, because that's what networks were trying to get around not hiring writers for their shows. So, they had this idea where it's like, let's just do like a kind of documentary style. And I said kind of, because even with the documentary, you have writers. So with this, they said, let's just do something like, Real World, and not have it as scripted. And we can call it reality TV if not everything is as scripted. So we don't need to justify hiring writers. We can all sit down in a room and say, this is what we want. And let's just have these unknown people who are not actors, but they want to be famous and they want to be on TV. So we can pay them less and make more money. That's why reality TV stars to this day, unless you're a Kardashian or a Nene Leakes, are not getting money like that. They're not making a lot of money on these reality TV shows, because it was never meant to pay the talent. Reality TV was meant to be a way to keep the entertainment industry afloat during the writers union strike. So I hope he actually does hire more writers. That's only going to make him wealthier, because you'll then be able to get the people who religiously drag your work on board, because they can't complain now about the quality. They can't complain now about the writing, because it's stellar. So I would do that too. Yeah, for Shekala. I'm watching those. I watch all those teen shows, and I'm like, your parent left you for 2 weeks to go. What show was I watching? It's some made in America, all made. It's some football show that my mother and my sister are obsessed with. And this girl, her dad left her for like months to like do work. And she was in that house. She was a teenager, like 16, 17, in the house living by herself. I'm like, that would never happen. That would never happen when I was a kid. That would never happen, especially in my neighborhood. Let a neighbor find out that I'm living in that house by myself. CPS is picking me up and finding my parent. They just have a different idea of what, like a teenage life is. I think it's because also a lot of the writers come from privilege. So you were doing meth in your private school. We were eating square pizza in public school in the hood. Like, who was doing meth as a teenager, as an adult? Black gal, there's a high school here in Tampa where they have the highest cases of heroin overdoses for, oh my God. What? Oh. Elle said, yeah, I can't watch shows about kids doing hard drugs or dealing with adult issues. It bothers me. I stopped watching 13 Reasons when one of the characters got hooked on hard drugs. It's uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable. It really, really is. And like for people like me, it's unrealistic. It's unrealistic. I remember in my high school, one of the rich girls from Jersey, because we had kids come to, like, if you're in Philly, you could go to Kappa for free. Didn't have to pay anything. But if you wanted to go to Kappa and you weren't from the Philadelphia County area, you had to pay. So she lived in Jersey, and she would lived in a nice area in Jersey, came for money, and she went to our school. We were all just like hanging out at the lunch table. And one of my friends that like had alcohol for the first time, and it was like, ooh, what was it like? And we were all talking about that. And then this rich kid is just like, oh, you finally just had your first drink at 15? Oh gosh. I was doing heroin at 15. No, not heroin. I was doing acid at 15. We were like, acid? These inner city kids. I'm like, where the hell you get acid from? And she was talking about that's like where she started. So she was already on coke and all these other drugs. My friend Dustin was like, you got too much money. Sex and the City was such a good show because it was realistic. It was realistic, and that community, that 30s, 40s, 50s community, kept that show afloat. And the movie. But they won't do it again. I don't know why they won't center shows again around women like that. Because we exist. We exist after 25. Oh, Jazzy Go, I'm so excited about that Waiting to Exhale series. I'm so excited. Because I want it to be like, I hope it can, I hope they're using older actors because it could be really successful if the writing and the casting is done right. Euphoria weirds me out. My little sister loves that show, and I just watch it, and I'm like, what? This is not realistic. Oh, her makeup is gorgeous. So a lot of times I'm just watching it for the sparkly makeup. Yeah, that's why it's Insecure is so popular because it's just like finally, a realistic storyline with people over the age of 30. Like finally, All American. Thank you, Simply Simone. It's Chris. Chris, nobody's judging. Nobody's judging. Oh, see, Chris was in private school. See, that's what it is. Like they make the hood seem on TV and in movies. They make the hood look so bad, but I'm like, the kids in the hood are so freaking innocent. We don't do nothing but go to school and church. Like we are not doing all of this stuff. Like the stuff that I see in these movies, I'm like, who is doing this? Who? But again, I was raised at a different time. So like I was raised where everybody knew that you were a latchkey kid, and so when until your parents got home, the whole neighborhood watched you. You know what I mean? Like you could not do nothing. You want to leave out and hang on the porch. Your neighbor come out. All right, your mother know you out here. Let me go inside. It was a different time. I don't know if it's still like that, but child, you couldn't do nothing. Nothing when I was a kid. When I got grown, it was a whole new world. Oh yeah, very true, Takara. When I got to college, I was like out of my little Philadelphia hood bubble real quick. I'm like, yo, what? You're looking for a third in your relationship? You need a third person in your relationship? We're 19. Them rich kids was different. Yep. Miles said acid at 15, brain just fried. That's where she started. That's where she started. You're like, acid, like in the movies? So innocent. So innocent. What a time. What a time. Yeah, shrooms. Listen, get around some rich kids. It's a whole new world. Whole new Bonnet Chronicles. Oh yeah, same thing, Tracy. A marathon of Sex in the City come on. The whole family is locked in. Strange Black Media said most of her fans were happy that Candace did the character statement. Who? Who was? Thank you, Al. I was still watching the Power Rangers. I was still, rushing home after school to watch the after school special. You know what I mean? On Saturdays, I would hang out with my friends, but I'll be still watching like cartoons in the morning, eating cereal. But again, guys, back in the day, childhood was a lot different than what it is today. So Euphoria is doing really well because a lot of kids, like I told you, my little sister loves that show. And I'm like, you didn't grow up like this either. But they're very, I guess also because they have the internet. So they are exposed to things by way of the internet before life exposes them. You know what I mean? So they're a lot more advanced than the millennial generation. And before that, Gen X, I believe. So it's a lot different. I remember what was that? What was that commercial that came on after it was on Saturdays after the cartoons, and it was after this special, we'll be right back to the, and then they were all like switch heads. That's what I was doing on Saturdays as a teen. I wasn't, buying drugs from my drug dealer and sleeping with, a kid in my school's father. I'm like, there are kids relating to Euphoria? You sleeping with somebody's daddy at 16? Not judging. Wasn't my childhood. Well, Black Gal, I think being exposed to drugs and being exposed to all kinds of sexual things, it's very rich kid. Like, they don't fight. They don't fight. Now, will they kill somebody and bury the body on their grandfather's farm? Yes. But like physical fights, I don't think that's a rich kid thing. They're always taking something to court. Drugs, orgies, and murder? Yes. Physical fights? No. Because when you fight a rich kid, they don't want you to, survive that. Listen, snap killer couples, it's always some rich girl convincing her boyfriend to kill her parents. Or to kill, the competition. Yes, you remember that, Jazzy for Life? Yes, that was the best thing ever. After these messages, I don't know why we weren't freaked out that their heads were coming off and switching. I don't know why we just thought that was a normal thing. And I don't know why they thought that was something they would want to, show for kids. I don't know, but that was my thing. Yeah. The SCP, absolutely. It's just not relatable to a lot of people. But it's also relatable to a lot of young people. Elle said, I watched Girlfriends and thought I was doing something. Me too. Me too. Get SpongeBob, Moesha, Fresh Prince. That was our shows. Cousin Skeeter. One-on-one. Euphoria back in my time, baby. No. I'm raised on freaking Webster. Like my generation, we all found out about, this is the thing. All in the Family taught me about a child claiming the mother's religion, because if you're old enough, you remember that episode of All in the Family where Archie Bunker was struggling because his granddaughter is being raised Jewish because her mother is Jewish. And I think that was also the episode where Sammy Davis kissed him or something, and Sammy Davis was telling him about, was it Sammy or was it Meathead? One of them was telling him about how when the mother determines the religion of the child. I didn't know that. I'm a kid, like, wow. And then, what is that show with Arnold? Remember, we all learned about inappropriate touching from an adult from that show when that man with the bike was touching them kids in the park. That was my shows. Euphoria is giving you nudity. They giving you orgies with these kids. I'm like, yo. JJ said, box pizza, a piece of fruit, 2 boxes of chocolate milk was my thing back in high school in New York City. Thanks for the flashback. You're very welcome. Don't forget the raisin bar. Do y'all remember that raisin bar? It was this oatmeal raisin bar, and I used to get it for 25 cents at lunch every day. Can't find it now as an adult. I can find a honey bun anywhere, but I wasn't a honey bun girl. All the girls in my school who ate honey buns like are in prison today. I was an oatmeal raisin bar girl, and I cannot find that raisin bar today. Cannot find it. I used to have my tasty cakes, my chocolate cupcakes. Ciao. Just innocent. Innocent. Strange Black Media said, I used to sneak and watch Noah's Ark, not even knowing it would become a cult classic among Black gay men. I remember my best friend was watching that. He's gay, but like that, and then he wasn't out. And he was like, oh no, the acting is great. It all makes sense. And racism because of Archie. That's right, Black Girl. Micheline, that was my neighbor. She would ask you, "Is your mom home?" Knowing damn well my mom get home at 5:30. Yo, let me give you another flashback. Back in the day, when McDonald's used to give out, instead of toys, they used to give out planetariums. Do y'all remember that? They used to give out planetariums, and I got one all the time. And I had this. From for my Happy Meal, I got a planetarium from McDonald's, and I planted my little tree or whatever, my little seeds or whatever, and it started to grow. But I felt like, my plant was taking too long to grow, so I put it out on the roof. Latchkey kid, waiting for my mom to get home from work, I decided, a child, I decided to go on the roof and spend some time with my plant, because on PBS, what show was it? Was it Mr. Rogers? One of them shows that I used to watch religiously on PBS said that in order for your plants to grow, you have to talk to it. So I'm at Philadelphia Row House. I get on the roof with my plant, and I'm like sitting there while the sun is setting, talking to my plant, wanting it, helping it to grow. My neighbor, what the hell? What the hell are you doing on the roof? And I'm like, I'm just talking to my plant. She's just like, get down. If your mother was here, you wouldn't be on no roof. And I'm just talking to my plant. She said, I'm going to tell your mother. Oh, God. As soon as she said that, I hopped back in, of the room, my room, closed the window, ran out, knocked on her door. And I was like, please don't tell my mama. Please don't tell my mama. She was like, I have to tell your mom. You were outside on the roof. I have to let your mom know what happened. Guys, that 2.5 hours I was waiting for my mother to come home, stressed, sick. I had never prayed so hard before in my life. I was calling on angels from Africa, angels from Venezuela. I prayed so hard, and my prayers worked, because my mom had such a work was just stressful for her. So when she came home, before she got in the door, my newsy neighbor tells my mom, at the time I thought she was a newsy neighbor, but I'm very glad that she did that. Told my mom what I was doing. My mom was like, what, Nikki? I'm in the bed. Jesus, Tyrion before the Lord. And she tells her, she's like, okay, thank you so much. Our mom comes in, she's too tired. And she was just like, Nikki, please don't do that again. And I was like, I won't. I won't. Didn't get in trouble. She was too tired. You know what I mean? She was just like, I had a long work day. Just please don't do that again. I was like, I won't. You won't have a problem out of me. Baby. But that was like my childhood. You couldn't do nothing. The whole block raised you. Honey buns and flaming hot Cheetos. For me, like where I live, Momi, it was honey buns and hot fries. They used to eat them daily, just in a honey bun. Rip open, you hear that bag that prison. They all in prison. Oh yes, Chris, that raisin bar. They don't make it anymore. I still look for that raisin bar to this day. Oh, Tracy Chappelle said, and no cash changes, but Candace did say that she would not come back if Monique does. I understand that. I understand that. You want to be sitting on 10 every day on set? I get it. But, she could also pull that car and the network could be like, okay, well, don't come back. You know what I mean? You don't have enough money to sue us. We'll wait you out in court. We'll spend, the money that we have. We're $1 billion plus company. Simply Simone, dolphin snacks and fruit snacks for my high back in elementary. I am Rachel. The four degrees became Wendy's online. The ridiculousness of reality TV. Don't think she can blame the producers nor the editors. Takara said, I thought I was the only one watching Noah's Ark in high school. Pizza rolls. Did you bring those pizza rolls or were they at the school? Oh my goodness. I'm gonna tell you something gross about because free lunch. I'm a free lunch girl. I used to live for the Salisbury meatloaf and mashed potatoes and gravy. Every Wednesday, it was Salisbury meatloaf and mashed potatoes day. Baby, you would have thought it was Christmas. I was the first in line with my plate. Now I think about it, I'm like, I can't believe that I was eating that food. But that Salisbury meatloaf, they tried to say it was steak. It was obviously meatloaf. Tore it up. And if I was nice, I could get a second helping. Does anybody remember that planetarium phase? Was it just a Philly McDonald's? You could either get a toy or a planetarium. I wanted the planetarium. Oh, I hate honey buns. Momi said honey buns landed New York girls in prison. I'm from the Shy. We all just went into social work, hairdressing, and nursing. Child, if you are a fighter in high school and middle school, you ate honey buns. McDonald land cookies? No, black guy, I don't remember that. Al, I'm sorry. Al said, wait, I ate honey buns. Salt and vinegar chips with the Sprite. Salt and vinegar chips with the Sprite. I was a homegirl's chips girl. Because I love the packaging. I love homegirl chips. That's a Philly thing. I love homegirl chips and wrap snacks and Huggies and Chico sticks. We used to, I don't know if they still do it in Philly, but I used to get like a pickle. They used to sell pickles for like 50 cents. I used to get pickles and meatballs and Slim Jims. Those are my after school snacks. The crap I used to eat as a child. My God. Oh, Jade said maybe it was a California thing because that Euphoria stuff didn't seem far-fetched to me. You know what, Jade? It could be. It also could be location specific. We Simply Simone, we had a row house. So basically Philly row houses are built, how can I explain it? Are built like this. So you have like the first landing, which is where all the rooms are. And then the second landing is like two other rooms and then like a bathroom. And then downstairs, living room, kitchen, dining, and all of that stuff. So the second landing is longer than the first landing because you have rooms and bathrooms. So the roof, so you would have it wasn't an actual roof, right? It was a roof, but it wasn't like a patio where you can go on. So every home on my block had like this expanding feature, which was basically the bathroom. So the bathroom was out and it was like the size of the bathroom and it was all covered in like asphalt. You're not supposed to go in there because it's not safe. It has no bars around it to protect you. It wasn't a patio. It wasn't for people to go up there. It was just the extension of the bathroom put on the home. So the window would open up to, and a lot of Philly houses are like that. The window would open up to the roof, but it's not for you to go outside. It's just for you, just like open a window and get some fresh air or something like that. But it's not for you to open up, climb on a windowsill, and go outside to the roof. You can only do that if you're a kid, which is what I was doing. My bad. So, oh God. So yeah, those are how the row houses are built. To this day, we have homes like that. And I was just like, that is not safe. Oh, Elsa, I used to get those Hostess ice honey buns, put it in the microwaves for 30 seconds. Listen, you couldn't tell me that wasn't Krispy Kreme. Ciao. Angels from Africa. Yes, them hot fries. And when I was feeling fancy, I would get the hot fries and ranch. Y'all remember when the hot fries had ranch seasoning? Child, that's when I was feeling myself. Let me get ranch. Oh, yes, Nisha. She said mine was hot fries, hot Cheetos, and sunflower seeds. I also did sunflower seeds. I would get a pickle. I would get what is it called? Not sourdough. Something pickle, kosher dill pickle from Tally Ho in Mount Airy, and I would get like a bag of mint balls. I would get like 5 mint balls for like $1. Yeah, right. No, I think it was like 10 mint balls for $1. It went up in price, but at that moment it was 10 mint balls for $1. And I would get hot fries, sunflower seeds, and a Slim Jim, right? But there was also I don't know if they do this anymore, but there's also a pizza store right up the street from Tally Ho. So we all would get, and they had an elementary school special. So what they would do is you could get the special for $1. And it was a slice of pizza and a Huggies. Not a Huggies, a hug. So I would get a grape hug and a slice of cheese pizza for $1. And that was my dinner because I was a latchkey kid, right? So my mom was not home right away on some days. So that was like, my dinner until she like came home and, Wendy's or McDonald's. Because after a long day of work, who's cooking for a family? So that was my little eating habit. And then sometimes when I had a bit more money, I got now laters. They're called now and later, but if you're from the East, you call them now laters. Yes, wrap snacks. Oh, Pastor Row, where you from? Honey buns, mystics. God, yo, mystics. Mystics and an Italian cheeseburger. Where are you from? That Salisbury steak meatloaf was hitting. I don't care what none of y'all say. Oh, see, we ain't have money like that, Model Genius. We was not doing hot pockets. When my mom was like flexing on like school trips, she would get me them. What are those called? Lunchables. I used to get Lunchables. She would take me to Wawa, and she would either get me Lunchables or she would let me get like a hoagie. Them little mini hoagies, them little junior hoagies, and she would let me get Wawa iced tea. I would get peach iced tea, and a hoagie, and now laters, and some chips. And you know how it feels, especially when you're a lunch ticket kid, free lunch kid. When you go on your field trip and you like got like a Lunchable or like a bag from Wawa, baby. On the Philly school trips, you walking with your Wawa bag. People are like, oh, what you get? I got a hoagie. And then if I'm doing real good, she would get me like 1 cup of the Wawa chicken noodle soup. You couldn't tell me nothing. You couldn't tell me nothing. Child, I used to live for them school trip lunches. Mama used to be flexing when we had a school trip. Oh, that sounds delicious. Black Out, where you from? She said we had Mexican pizza. Everyone got their free lunch on that day. Oh, ham, mac, and cheese. Where are y'all from when y'all having these foods at lunch? Hold on, somebody dragging me about my Chico sticks. I used to love them. Chico sticks used to be the bomb. Oh yeah, Priscilla, same thing. I think about the stuff I ate as a kid. I'm like, I ate that every day. Not today. Oh no, that free lunch pizza, L. Ta-ta-ta-licious. Black Gal said now we would say if you ate a Chico sticks, you stayed fighting. You did, I am Rachel. You did. If you want to go back, I think I started at about 40 minutes. Oh, lemon. Why are you taking me back, Debbie? Do they still make Boston baked beans anymore? I wouldn't eat them. My teeth at my big age can't handle it, but I used to be crunching on them things as a kid. And lemon heads. Oh, Tony, what are you guys had ketchup chips? Nah, ladies. Oh, Boston baked beans. You are taking me back. You know what, Nicole Taylor? Now laters are my candy of choice when when I'm traveling. Because for some reason at the airport, you can get like the mega now laters, where it's like 4 packs of different flavors, grape, banana, fruit punch, and it's one other one. I think like strawberry or something. Baby, I'll be on that plane. Because there's no way to not look a plum fool eating now laters. Do they still make Lunchables? Oh God, if they still make Lunchables, my kids are getting Lunchables. Only for school trips. After that, peanut butter and jelly. I called myself telling my mom I don't want no more peanut butter and jelly because that was her thing. Child, she wore the hell out of peanut butter and jelly. And then when they start selling peanut butter and jelly in the same jar, I was like, oh, here we go. She said, fine, put me on free lunch. That lady is something else. But I enjoyed it, especially on Wednesday. My Salisbury steak, meatloaf, and mashed potatoes with the gravy. Baby, licking that spork. Oh, animal crackers. Oh, y'all are taking me back. I remember them. That was only on school trips, though. Bosco sticks. What are those? L? What are zebra cakes? No, Lacey, we're done. We're just chatting at this point. Bang it. Where are you guys from? Model Genius at my high school had banging bacon cheeseburgers. Your school could afford bacon and spicy chicken. What? Where are you from? Oh, Fruit Roll-Ups was my jam. Oh, blackout. You are going to be obsessed with Wawa. When it starts getting, oh, I don't know if it ever gets cold in Florida, but if it gets like cold where you're at, you have to try the French vanilla cappuccino. Stellar. Get the 12 ounce because if you get the 16 ounce, you're going to be buzzed the whole day. Oh, I love the cheese in my Lunchables. My mom used to get the I forget what it's called, but it was the one that had the mixed cheese where it was like white and is it called Manchango? It's some kind of cheese. I used to get that, baby, when I got that one. Oh, we fancy now. Oh, y'all are taking me back. Oh, so y'all from the South. Y'all had good food. There it is. There it is. Listen, that square pizza with a little packet of pepper. They used to give us the pepper and the salt packets. I used to sprinkle that, sprinkle that pepper on my square cheese pizza with my chocolate milk. Were y'all schools broke enough where you didn't have the actual cart and you had it in the bag? We had bag chocolate milk. I can't believe I drank chocolate milk as a kid. I remember my best friend Raina. Can't believe I'm telling this story. But she, she's a mom now. She's a totally different person. There was a girl that she did not like that kept on sitting at our lunch table. I think she liked one of our friends, but she didn't hang out with us long enough for us to find out because Raina could not stand her. She was a dancer. Raina was a dancer, but she was in like acting. She was a drama major, but for some reason they didn't like each other from the dance circles. Ciao. So her and the girl got into an argument or something, and the girl was walking away, and Raina was just like, "Keep walking, or I'm gonna throw this chocolate milk at the back of your head." She was like, "Do it, do it," and Raina was quiet, right? And she was like, "Yeah, I thought so. You're not gonna do it." As soon as that girl turned around, Raina took that bag of hot chocolate, that no, not hot chocolate, that chocolate milk bag, threw it across the lunchroom, hit that girl in the back of the head. She turned around in shock and she couldn't do anything because the whole lunchroom went off. And I looked at my friend like, because she was not that kind of person. But I don't know what that dancer beef was, but it was enough for her to throw that chocolate milk at the back of that girl's head. And it didn't burst. It like hit her head. She was like, bam. And it just slid down and the whole lunchroom went off. She when we talk about that, she's like, it wasn't my finest moment, but I couldn't stand her. Elle said Bosco chicks are cheese stuffed breadsticks. I had never heard of them until I got to middle school. Oh, y'all were eating good in the South. Colby Jack cheese, Elle. That's what it is. Because the cheddar, I don't know, for some reason, the Colby Jack was like $2 extra than the cheddar. But you know, single parents always want to show off a little bit and be like, listen, I got it. Okay. I ain't had no problem with it. I was like, I got my Colby Jack. My Colby Jack Lunchable with the turkey. Chow. I used to drink the chocolate milk in a bag, and then we would get a carton sometimes. So you had to get one or the other, either chocolate milk, regular milk, or fruit punch. After I grew up from chocolate milk, I was a fruit punch girl. That I don't know what was in that mess, but I know it stained my teeth, stained my teeth and my tongue. So it was probably poison. But I was young; my body could handle it. Model genius. Model Genius said, my boy used to bring his own hot sauce to school in case the cafeteria was out of packets. Oh, I love it. Kids are bringing hot sauce to school. Oh, L had a salad bar. Well, I will say this, right? The school I went to in the high school I went to was Kappa, and we had our building. We shared our building with another school. It was an old building. Then we got like a $40 million donation from the city for the school and the city plus investors. We got a $40 million donation, and they built us a new school. And our lunchroom, the way where for the first year we were eating like we were a private school. After that they dropped back down, but the food, like we had all of that stuff. We had several kitchens. We had a pizza kitchen with like a huge pizza oven. We were all standing in line to get our pizzas. Then we would have like the vegetarian area. We had the chicken and the sandwich area. It was nice. It was really, really, really nice for a year. Then they stopped getting the quality of the pizza started to change. I was like, what happened to that $40 million? Black Gal said that reminds me when my friend beat up a girl at lunch with a Cuban sandwich. Oh God. When did I get on here? At 12. Guys, it is 3 o'clock. I can hang out with y'all all day. Oh, red hot. Red hot lemon heads and Boston baked beans. Yes. I love how so many of us were free lunch kids. Look at us now, baby. Look at us now. We go to Cheesecake Factory and we get whatever we want on the menu. Oh, I love it. Wow. L Boogie said the Catholic school I went to had McDonald's for lunch every day. Wow. And if you wanted a special sandwich, this is all from El Boogie School. You had to put your order in the morning. JJ and Basil. Tony said, curious, anyone grew up in Jamaica? If so, did you have bag juice? Tony, when I've been to Jamaica twice, every time I went, like as soon as I got off the plane, the first thing I wanted was bag juice. That bag juice, I want bag juice and sugar cane. I couldn't get enough of it because the first time I went to Jamaica, I was 8. And when I came back, that's all I wanted was bag juice and sugar cane. My mom was like, you're back in America. We don't have that. So what else do you want? Bag juice. Oh, I was obsessed with bag juice, sugar cane, jackfruit. Oh, all of that stuff. So yeah, Tony, bag juice is the truth. Do they still have it there? I hope so. Because then sometimes I will freeze the bag juice. Baby! Oh, Pizza Hut. Y'all had Pizza Hut for school lunch? Blessed. Black Gal had, her school had Pizza Hut or Little Caesars. Money. Money. Do y'all remember Pizza Hut back in the day? This is what I always think about. Was the Pizza Hut pizza back in the day better, or were we young and we just didn't have any taste? Because I can't eat Pizza Hut today, but back in the day, all my birthday parties were at Pizza Hut. I loved it. That pizza, divine. That's what I remember. I remember that pizza being really, really good. To this day, I still think that. But I don't know if I just had child taste buds and it was the same pizza. I always think about that. But I remember loving that pizza. I remember feeling like a queen if I had like a Pizza Hut birthday party. Oh my gosh, that salad bar, those red cups with unlimited soda, that pizza where the waiter would come and slice it and then lift it up. The kids are like, yes. What was it? Different pizza? If it was, I would. I hope they would go back to the classic Pizza Hut. Oh, Jamila, yes. Jamila Charles said, "I'm from Grenada. Is it Grenada or Grenada? I'm sorry, I'm American." She said we had bag juices and cheese sandwiches for lunch. I'm not a cheese sandwich person. I don't like grilled cheese. I don't like none of that. Um, I guess I'm scarred from all the government cheese I used to eat as a kid. I can make a grilled cheese, but if I'm making a grilled cheese, trust and believe I'm on my cycle. So it's just not for me. But the best cheese sandwich that I ever had was when I was in Jamaica. The bread was like thick. How I don't know what that bread was, but that bread was so thick and fluffy. The cheese was like thick, but it was just the whole thing just tasted very pure. It tasted very pure. That's like the earliest experience that I have of Jamaica is that the food just tasted heavenly. And as an adult, I've come to know that you know basically every nation outside of America doesn't have preservatives in their food. So, like, our food tastes like chemicals, but when you're outside of the country and you're eating different places, you taste how food is actually supposed to taste. So, my favorite like taste bud memories are from Jamaica. I'm like, this is how it's supposed to taste. That's why I was so in love with that cheese sandwich. Um, my stepfather's brother made me a sandwich, and I was just like, what? Does not seem like something that I would eat. The cheese, the bread this thick, cheese this thick, bread this thick. I'm like, what is this? I tore that cheese sandwich up. Miss Gigi doing a lot better. Thank you for asking. She's doing a lot better. A lot better. She's taking my notes. Nurse Nikki did what needed to be done. Mo me said, put your order in. Jade said, I don't appreciate how good Joe was eating at school. We had some restaurant specialty shops, but when I switched schools, we had off-campus lunch surrounded by fast food, Mexican and Jamaican. Well, Jade, that sounds like an upgrade from what we were experiencing. The bun and cheese, yes, Tony, the bun and cheese. It's so good. I'm telling you, when I came home, I wanted all that food, and my mom was like, "We don't have that here." So what you want? Wendy's is up the street, or we going? I'm gonna get something from Murray's. What do you want? I wish I could make my own bag juice. I'm still struggling on making festival bread. Like I just can't get it right. Like I can make dumplings. I can't make festival bread for some reason. Okay, Cocoa Bean. Cocoa Bean said the Pizza Hut ingredients cheapened. That's what it is. Because that pizza does not taste the same. Oh, Hawaiian punch. That's another thing I used to drink all the time as a kid. And then the Island Blue Hawaiian punch. Drink it to I can't even stomach the smell of Hawaiian punch today. Oh, Chuck E. Cheese. See, I couldn't really experience Chuck E. Cheese as a kid in Philly because it was always like I don't know, like I don't know how Chuck E. Cheese's are in other places, but in Philly, it was always a place of violence. It was always a place of violence. Oh, see, Elle said very true. I studied abroad for a semester in Spain and was shocked at how good the food was. The drinks were better too. I remember their orange Fanta sodas tasted like orange juice with a kick. Let me tell you something. Drinking soda outside of America, you realize that you're being poisoned. You're like, oh, so this is what it's supposed to taste like. Child, they don't do their citizens right over here, man. Yes, Sunny D. New and improved. Chris S said new and improved means destroyed of what it used to be. I miss dine-in Pizza Hut. It was the best. Does dine-in Pizza Huts even exist anymore? Missy, you ain't missing. Well, we already done a review. We're just chatting now about anything. Yeah. Model Genius, America allows every and anything in their foods as long as it produces a lot and makes the company money. Yeah. I'm telling you, Jazzy Girl, I encourage everybody to go to Jamaica. That is the best food I've ever like. Jamaican food, period, is delicious, right? Jamaican food in America, superior. Jamaican food in Jamaica, there's nothing better. There's nothing better. I had no complaints. I ate everything. You know what it felt like to me, just looking back at my experience at eating Jamaican food the first time, it was like the kids in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory when they were just walking around like, oh, wow, and just biting. Veruca Salt was just biting everything. That's how it was for me. I was like, what kind of chicken is this? That food is like the best. I'm telling you, all our ancestors, all the cooks, all the grandmama ancestors, they stopped at Jamaica. It was just like, no, we're gonna stop right here. This gonna be the culture of people that know how to cook. Cause my God, today I never taste food like that ever again, ever again. Oh, Afua Awusu said, Nikki, please tell us one thing that you wish you knew at 25. That if he wants you, you will know it. Like if a man wants you, he'll make it known. You don't have to ask. You don't have to question. You will know. That's the one thing I wish I knew. Saved me a lot of tears. Like, I just want to know where we are or what we're doing. You never have to ask that question if he wants you, if he's interested in being in a relationship with you. When you start asking questions like that, starting to sit down and try to define the relationship with him, you have your answer at that point. So that's what I wish I knew at 25. Basically, Brittany. Big B and the B stands for Ben. She said late, but I'm here, girl. Oh, oxtails. Oxtails, rice and peas. Child. That's the first place my family is planning to go. Like we do an international trip every year. Um, and our first international trip when we get out of this is Jamaica. And guys, we haven't discussed anything but food. That's all we've been talking about. No monuments. We ain't talking about Dunn's River Falls. Nothing. We just been talking about where's the best place to eat. If I can, I'm coming back with loads of sugar cane. If I can. If I can. Oh, El Boogie said next year I'm growing pigeon peas for all my Caribbean foods. What is pigeon peas? You're welcome, Afua. Misty, I'm not trying to take you off your vegan path, but all I'll say is this, girl. What happens in Jamaica stays in Jamaica. Do with that what you will, mama. Because listen, the rice and peas is delicious. You know what I mean? They have great vegetarian options like jackfruit, sugar cane. What else was I eating? Mangoes. That's where I learned how to eat a mango. I ain't never had a mango before in my life. And I was trying to peel it. And one of the kids came over and she was just like, this is not how you do. She took a knife. Like everybody has a knife in Jamaica. It's not like a violence thing. It's just like, especially if you go into the country, you just have to have a knife. So she took a knife, cut it open, like split it 4 ways, the top, slid it this way, then slid it that way, peeled back the layers, and she was just started eating it. And I was like, what? I learned so much from Jamaican children. Oh, yes, I do plan on visiting Haiti. That's on my list. Darkoa. Because I'm an actress, I have to say 30s. But I'm in there. I'm in them 30s. I'm in them 30s deep. But if I go on an audition, 29. But I feel comfortable saying that because I don't no agents are watching or casting directors, hopefully. Yes, you did, Mr. Ella. Oh, sup people. I live in LA. So we don't have um many cultural markets. The closest cultural market we have here in LA is called World Market. I wish, like in Philly, I can get sugarcane. We have so many Jamaican markets. I can get sugarcane anywhere, but I can't get that out here. Oh no, wasn't allowed to go off campus. We had security guards because my school is in South Philly. The area has changed now because of gentrification. At the beginning, that the area didn't look like that. So, and we had like this huge brand new $40 million building in like the heart of South Philly. So we had security guards at every entrance and exit. Thank you, Mr. Ella. Oh, I do want to go to Belize. Listen, XOXO Aaron, I love World Market, but it doesn't replace the stores I grew up with when I was a kid. Hey, Bonnie. Like we had so many. Well, I don't want to say that Philly is like a cultural mixing pot because we have like 4 dominant cultures. It's not New York City, but if you wanted to make a certain meal from a culture that was not yours or yours, you have a market to go to. You know what I mean? You have a Cuban market, you have an Indian market, you have a Jamaican market, you have the Italian market. Do we have food? No, we don't have any Irish markets. You have Chinese market, Chinese food market. You just have that there, but Philly mainly focuses on um, Jamaican, Italian, like for specialty markets, Jamaican, Italian, and Chinese. But in like those little areas, you will have, if you have an area that is full of Dominican or Cuban people, you're going to have a specialty market to cater to that culture. But yeah, out here, ain't the cultural mixing pot you think it is. We do have Mexican markets, which because I'm Black, I shop there first. So like the Mexican and Armenian markets, I definitely go there first to get like seasonings and things of that nature. And I go to the market for other things, for like the basic stuff that I can't get at these specialty markets. However, I those seasonings don't really not work, but they change the flavor of what I'm trying to make. So I make Jamaican food out here, but I don't have the same seasonings. So what would start off as a Jamaican recipe would become Persian real quick. You know what I mean? So I always say I'm making a form of jerk chicken because I know I don't have the seasonings that are readily available in Jamaica or Philadelphia. So I always make a form of the food. But when I go home, I can get that stuff out of nowhere. Like if you are a Philadelphian, you grew up making Chinese food like you knew what you were doing, Italian American food like you knew what you were doing, and Jamaican food, especially if you lived like in the inner city, because I think the late 80s, early 90s, Philadelphia and New York had an influx of Jamaican immigrants. And where are you going to go when you're Black? You're going to go to a Black neighborhood. So it was, we had African, but I don't know specifically from where. We were, very ignorant about how to describe people from Africa. Like we wouldn't, didn't know it was a continent, thinking it's a country, saying everybody who has a different accent than the Jamaicans are African. That wasn't always the truth. So because I was young and I don't have that knowledge of where the Black people who were Jamaican were coming from. We all just said African. So I can't really give you that. But in the late 80s, early 90s, that we had an influx of those cultures. And so our neighborhoods changed drastically. So you go from just making spaghetti to now all of a sudden your mother is in the kitchen making rice and peas. Like this is what we've been doing. But you just start to adapt and adopt certain things from your neighbors. And that's just basically what happens. So like especially every Black kid in Philly, you know how to make an egg roll. You know how to make an egg roll. You know how to make some fried rice. You know what I mean? Like that's just something that's just because you guys are in the same neighborhood and you're adopting from each other's culture. Like you know how to make rice and peas. You know how to make jerk chicken. That's just because we're all in the same. You know how to make a cheesesteak. You know what I mean? Like you've made every Italian pasta dish there is known to man. Like you just throw a little Blackness on it. You know what I mean? So that's just what. If you're a Philadelphian, you just know it wouldn't be odd to see a Black Philadelphian with a wok. Oh my goodness. I knew when my grandmother pulled that wok out, it's Chinese night. Chinese night. She throwing an egg with the wrong seasonings, putting some seasoned salt in there. Child. Oh, some people, you want to move to Philly? From my experience, I would say, what's your culture? Because listen, Philly is a melting pot, but it's segregated. I would say just off the top, if you're not from Philly, I would say the best areas to move in are Mount Airy, Chestnut Hill, West Philly, not deep in West Philly closer to Temple University. That's a very gentrified and diverse area. But if you're not Black, I wouldn't recommend moving into the deeper side of West Philly. Not because you'll experience racism, but it's like if you're with Philly, there's the city, there's there's a city and there's a bit of gentrification like trickling up. It doesn't go into the neighborhoods. So when you go into a Philadelphia neighborhood and you're not from there and it's just you're not just in a neighborhood with people. You're in a neighborhood with families. There are families who have like certain blocks, like generations of family, like my dad's family. There's a block in West Philadelphia where it's just all my dad's family. Like that's how Philadelphians do. Like my best friend, his family has taken over like 4 blocks in Mayfair. That's just how Philadelphians settle. So I'm not saying that it wouldn't be a comfortable experience for you, but it'll be like a stranger walking into a family cookout. So I would say if you're going to move there, I would say move in like the more gentrified areas. So if you can afford it, because it used to be affordable, it's mad expensive now because of gentrification. But Center City, perfect place for you to go if you're not from there. Anywhere around the more gentrified areas of Fairmount Park, because that's just, I'm not saying gentrified because it's better. I'm saying gentrified because you'll be there with other people who are doing the same thing. So you'll create your own kind of community and family. But if you move into a Philadelphia neighborhood, you're moving into a family's block. You know what I mean? And they might not be so welcoming because, you know, that's Karen's place and they got foreclosed and you bought Karen's home. You know what I mean? I wouldn't move into the Philadelphia neighborhoods if I'm not from there. I would move into a more gentrified area and more college areas. So anywhere around Temple, University City is a really good area. The Northeast, South Philly, is a good place to go. Just make sure you're not on a family's block. Just to make sure the accents aren't deep as hell. If those accents are deep, you're gonna have it. Well, they're gonna have to get to know you before it's like they're letting you in. You know what I mean? Because at that point you'll be like some gentrifier trying to take over the area, and the Philadelphia neighborhoods is not as welcoming to gentrifiers as developers will make you believe. So I would stay in a very new, diverse area, and new meaning they're changing the names of the city. Um, Fishtown maybe. Don't go deep into Fishtown. But my two recommendations, based off of where I grew up and seeing them now, Mount Airy is really, really great. Center City, expensive, great. Chestnut Hill, expensive, a bit more homely. If you're younger, I would say Center City. Center City is the place to go if you're younger. But if you have a family, Chestnut Hill and Mount Airy, perfect location for you. But if you're younger, Center City, West Philly, around the Temple University area. Um, Wait, is that Temple? What area? No, it's not Temple. There's another. I forget the name of the school. I grew up right down the street from there, but it's one like college areas. But I would start with Center City. Center City is like affordable New York, affordable Manhattan, basically. It's an affordable Manhattan, but it's very expensive for Philadelphia. But it's an affordable Manhattan. If I ever move back to Philly, that's an area I'm looking in. If I want like a condo, if I want a home, I'm looking in like Chestnut Hill, Mount Airy, those areas, and maybe Cherry Hill because the property tax would be a lot cheaper. Oh, some people, you're Haitian. You're fine. You're fine. Uh, West Philly, North Philly. Oh, and you're from Boston. You're fine. West Philly, North Philly, South Philly. But again, just be cautious. Make sure you're not moving into. I'm just being real. Check the accents. Check the accents and check the blocks. But yeah. But I will first start with North and West Philly. But if you can, if you got that bougie coin, Center City. You won't need a car. Everything will be at your feet. Like restaurants, nightlife, the fun colonial stuff about Philadelphia. Whenever like Philadelphia does 4th of July real big, you'll be right there. You'll be right there for everything. If you got it, Center City. Model Genius. What we gonna do about the Reading Terminal Market? They may close it. I'm trying to save it from LA. Yeah, same thing with Philly, Tony. Every corner is a different race. South Philly, mainly Italians, getting gentrified like crazy. Northwest, black. Northeast, white, and Puerto Rican. And when I say Puerto Rican, I mean like not white passing Latinos. 'Cause- 'Latinos. 'Cause- 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 Oh, Lisa Morris, I know why your dad said that. I used to get that too, but I love me a pickle. Aw, thank you, Afua. It's a beautiful name. It's a beautiful name. You know how I be struggling with names on here. El Boogie, yeah. I found Amazon, and there's also a local woman who's from Jamaica who lives out here in LA, and she does these like seasoning boxes, these food prep. Like, what is it? It's like that food prep thing that everybody orders for like $80 a month. She does that. So I'm about to order from her to see what it's like. Because a lot of my friends who do order from her say that it's, it's a good investment. Shannon Devan, they don't. It's you would think LA would have a lot of international markets, but it's mainly Mexican. Yeah, it's mainly Mexican. And then some pockets have like Middle Eastern seasonings, and that's pretty much it. And unless you go to like Pasadena, they'll have a lot of Asian food markets there. But that's it. The area that I used to live in was highly Filipino. All my foods tasted like it was from Philippine Black and Filipino meals because that was the closest market to me. I love that there are a lot of international markets in Georgia. I can't wait to go there. My family and I are still talking about it. DConT, so you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Northeast is families. Families. You just not moving into no neighborhood and it's just everybody is from a different place. That is a family's block you're moving into. West Philly and North Philly is the same. Stop all of the Philly cities because this is a Philly neighborhood. This is the thing. Philly is based around Center City. Everything outside of that is neighborhoods. And all of those neighborhoods are full of families who have been in that place from generations. Like a lot of people who came off of Ellis Island who didn't stay in New York went straight to Philly or stopped in New York and went to Philly. Philadelphia had the largest influx of slaves for this area, and a lot of the no, I'm sorry, Georgia did, or Georgia did, and a lot of the slaves from the South, mainly Georgia, escaped to Philadelphia where you could live free. So that's why Philadelphia has such a large Black population, because Philadelphia was a free city for Americans, for slaves. So Philly, you would either do Philly or go to Canada or stay in Philly. So half of us went to Canada and the rest of us stayed in Philly. So Philly is like New York, a mix of Ellis Island and slavery. Yes, Lisa, really come in the bag. But it was such like secure plastic, never got messy. It would be in a bag, and in the corner of the bag they would stick a straw in, and you would just be drinking the most delicious juice you've ever tasted. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, sup people, like the area, like Philly, a lot like Boston, is diverse, but every culture has their own city, and they stick to that. Yeah, we have a strong Italian American community, which is being pushed out. I'm telling you, every time I go to Philly, I'll be trying to go. If I want a good Italian meal, go to South Philly. That Italian American community getting pushed out, baby, pushed out. All my favorite mom and pop shops. I remember there was this Italian what was the name? I can't name the store, but she basically made like everybody's Easter outfit, right? And this Taylor, is she a tailor? Seamstress. She became very popular because everybody in a mob used to go to her. It's sad to say, but in Philadelphia, the mob was like our, mob bosses was like our celebrities. It is what it is, especially back in the 80s and 90s. So like if they had on something, you know, if Tony Two Legs was wearing something, and you know, it was a nice fly suit and it was all over the news, everybody was just like, oh my goodness, where did Tony get this suit made from? And his seamstress became very famous for that. So everybody was always getting Easter outfits made by this woman. Last time I went back, because mother was still there making it. Last time I went back, close. Couldn't afford it. The price of living was going up too high. I am mad that mother was still renting, but I understand. But it's like the culture is changing. Philly has become affordable New York City. Wait, Missy, you're a chef? I'm missing something in the comments. They said that Missy is a chef. Poor Shekula actually is about to wrap up. Miss GG88 said, I love these lives because you never know when the conversation where the conversation will go. Tony Two Legs. I'll leave you with this story because my stomach is growling. Okay, on the playback, mother's stomach is growling. So, like, what was it, like 4 or 5 years ago? No, it had to be longer than that because my sister was really young. We went to this water ice place because in Philly, we have like individual water ice places, but then we have like Rita's. Rita's is everywhere. But my mom wanted to go to this place that we've been going to since we were like really, really young. I forget what it's called. But it's right on South Philly, right next to the subway, right across from the park where everybody, you know, used to go to make out. Now everybody's doing drugs in that park. Anyway, so we were there, and my little sister wanted pretzels. So they were just making pretzels. So the pretzels were about to come out of the oven. We had all ordered our water ice, and we were sitting around by the car waiting for my little sister's pretzel to be made. All of a sudden, this big Italian guy walks up, cuts in front of the line. Nobody says anything, right? So the fact that he cuts in front of the line, this is Philly. Nobody said anything to that dude. You know what it was, right? You know who he is. So he talks to the person who is like the cashier. He says, hey, yo, did you see 2 kids get beat up here yesterday? And the girl's like, oh no, I wasn't working. He was like, are you sure? You wasn't here yesterday and you ain't see 2 kids get beat up? They almost died. And she was like, no, sir, I'm sorry. I wasn't working that day. So he was like, okay, good. You over there. Did you see 2 kids get beat up outside of this shop yesterday? The dude in the back. No, I ain't seen nothing. Okay, good. So did you see 2 kids get beat up over here yesterday? These are teenagers. They're like, no, we didn't see anything. He said, so good. So everybody here didn't work yesterday. You all worked a different shift than yesterday. And everybody's just like, yes, sir. Yes. So he said, okay, great. I know the owner of this place. I think his name is Joey or something. Joey. Tell him that Big Tony was here. And tell him that them kids that got beat up yesterday, one of them was my sons. So let Joey know that Big Tony was here. And he walked away. Baby, let me tell you something. As soon as Big Tony walked away, they immediately closed shop. They still had people in the line. They were like, we're canceling all orders for the rest of the day. If you had something, I'm sorry, we're no longer making water ice. They started locking things up. Bring it down the freaking gate. People are still in line. So my mom watching this whole thing, she said, oh my God, come on, everybody get in the car. Let's go. So we're getting in the car, getting ready to leave. My mom about to pull off. And I say, where's Lauren? My little sister is still waiting for her soft pretzel to be made. My mom was like, Lauren, get in this car. And Lauren, she's a kid. She turns around. She's like, I'm waiting for my pretzel. My mom was like, we're going to die over that pretzel. Get in this car and let's get out. We ain't never been to that water ice spots. We laugh about it to this day. We was just like, Lauren was going to take, you was going to get shot up over a soft pretzel. Those soft pretzels was good though, but not good enough to die over. Not good enough to die over. As soon as that dude walked away, They locked up everything. They said, we are done for the day. So, it's you don't have to be a rocket science to know who Big Tony is. Oh, God, I love that city. Thank you, Bonnie. Yeah, water ice is water ice is shaved ice, but it's blended. Like it's not a slushy. It's like it's in between shaved ice and a slushy. It's the best way I can tell you. So yeah, that's what water ice is, Shan. I would absolutely move to the DMV. Oh, thank you, Model Genius. Maybe one day, mommy. Maybe one day. Oh, thank you, guys. Everybody, listen. Everybody knew what the deal was. This pot belly, big Italian dude, and like a t-shirt and like these sweatpants shorts. It was like sweatpants, but he had like cut them off at the legs. He had these big sneakers on, this gold chain, this big gold watch, and he just walked up with his hands in his pockets, cut in front of the line. Nobody said anything. I was like, here we go. You just know. You just know what it was because nobody said, excuse me. Everybody let him do it in Philadelphia. You're not cutting in front of anybody in no Philly. The fact that they let him do it, we all knew what it was. We all knew. Hey, yo, he went down the line on them kids, some poor kids. Everybody knew what the deal was, Miss Gigi. My little sister, she was still waiting. The adults, everybody was like getting out of there, getting out of Dodge. My little sister still waiting, looking up, waiting for her soft pretzel. And if I wouldn't have said anything, she probably would have still been there waiting for the soft pretzel. Oh, God. Yes, a fool said she was going to die in a shootout over a pretzel. Child, we ain't never been back. We ain't never been back. Shan says, so instead of throwing tomatoes, we'll send soft pretzels. Yup, DeConti, that's Philly. That is Philly for you. Vodka, you wouldn't have survived that interaction. I'm telling you right now. Listen, we was just like, okay. From the moment he walked up, he knew who he was. Nobody like challenged this dude ever. Nope. And when you refer to yourself as Big Tony, so everybody know who you is, you don't even give like a first and a last name, not even a middle name. Child, we went right back to Mount Airy, where we're from. Didn't go back there since. Oh, I will, Jazzy. I'll do more Philly stories. Oh, L Boogie, I know you got that in Chicago. I know y'all got that in Jersey. Jen Buddy said, Big Tony, you know what it is. We all knew. We all knew. Them poor teenagers. Oh, gosh, my little sister. She just, she was going to die for that pretzel. Not yet, the Nicholas. Not yet. I want to start on that soon. I have it loaded up and saved, which is probably why my thing was glitching because I have too many things open. Oh yeah, definitely the south side of Chicago. At all. So anyway, that was my little story time for you guys. Let me get out of here because I'm going to see you guys. I forget. I'm going to see you guys again tonight at 7:30 for what is that freaking show? The Family Chantel. This is when Royal attacks the camera crew. So that should be interesting. Oh, I can't wait for it, the Nicholas Express. So yeah, that should be a good episode. I'll see you guys then if you watch that show. I'm trying to not stay on here with you guys for so long, but I have such a good time. I hope you guys are having a good time too. Anyway, when you get out the room, give your girl some likes when you're leaving out. And I will see you all tonight if you watch The Family Chantel. If not, I will see you all. Oh, wow. I'll see you guys Thursday for Southern Charm in Orange County. All right, family. Love ya. See you soon. Bye. Baby, don't you wanna dance up on me?